Welcome to the Star Trek Adventures Shipyard Fun Time. This is going to be a one-off Mirror Universe episode, which we may choose to continue. We are going boldly where we didn't realize we were going to go before. We are on the USS HADFIELD, as in the Hatfield and McCoys. And everybody's roles are turned upside down. Welcome, and I hope you all enjoy.
Right there.
Exactly. All right. So of the USS Hatfield, we have Captain Gill.
All right, everybody. We've just got a new assignment. An alien vessel's been discovered on the edge of our space, and we've been commissioned to go after it, try to capture it, and use it as a weapon against our enemies.
Ooh, Captain. Can this Commander Yoren be of any additional assistance to you? Because if there are undiscovered life forms there, I would love to dissect them.
Well, you better be of use to me, otherwise I'll toss you out an airlock.
No, that's not safe. We shouldn't do that.
Why not?
It's bad for morale.
The captain has spoken. What gives you the right to talk back to him?
Just suggesting.
Oh, Yoren, I love it when you get angry.
What was your name again?
You don't remember me? I'm Lieutenant Tess.
You can call me whatever you like.
But you can call me beautiful. Or you can call me tonight.
Yeah. All right, Lieutenant. That's enough. Set course for these coordinates. Maximum warp.
Yes, sir.
And so we go.
All right. So minimal information is available. It's all we know is the shape of it. Starfleet or the Empire has sent information, and all you know right now is that it's conical in shape.
What a primitive shape. I'm
Quite
sure it will be
illogical.
nothing before our might.
So is there anything you guys want to do before we arrive?
Yeah, I would like to as we get closer, I want to scan the area. Well, here, I want to do a star chart lookup, see how much has been explored, what we know, and then see if the scans we're getting match up with star charts.
Well, it's on the edge of our space, but it's near the Tholians, and there's a Tholian world there, and the enemy or the alien ship is approaching it. It'll arrive there probably about 20 minutes before we get there.
What is the Federation's diplomatic relation to Tholians?
What Federation?
Extremely hostile.
Oh, right. What are we in the Mirror Universe?
Empire.
Right.
Terran Empire.
Terran Empire, extremely hostile to Tholians.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah. In this universe, the Terran Empire has overthrown the Alliance, the Cardassian-Klingon Alliance.
Got it.
And they are now subservient to us.
Oh,
As
so we're
they
back.
should be.
Mm-hmm.
Is there still a Cardassian Bajoran hatred in the Mirror Universe?
Oh, yeah.
I'm on it.
Are we close enough for me to run a tactical scan on the vessel? I must know its firepower and capabilities.
Currently, it's too far off to get any useful information.
What are you doing over there, navigation? Get me closer to that ship so I can scan it.
That's you, Tess.
Well, what do you want me to do? This ship is only so powerful. We put all of our energy into weapons, not engines. Nobody needs engines.
Sorry. Rerouting power now, sir.
It's
That's what I
about
like.
time.
Take us in. Tess, please. Could you?
Bucking for a promotion, are you? Keep it up.
Tess, take us in.
I'm okay. I'm taking us in. Do you want me to make a roll?
I don't know.
Anything else
Are we-
you want to do before we arrive?
Are we there yet? What's Vax doing? Have we heard from Vax yet?
I'm polishing knives at the moment, sharpening them on my whetstone. Oh, I've also got my Klingon pain sticks on the charger. They're the same thing as the iPhone charge mat, except it's for Klingon pain.
USB powered
I
pain.
love it.
Are they sonic?
Well, some are. Some are heat. Some have knives that come out of it. It's all wonderful stuff.
So
I've got
much
a board.
Knifey, burny, ouchy, stabby.
Yep.
is
Carefully
what
checking all the power levels, making sure they all read 100% charge, as always.
See, this is what happened when Quark actually falls for Grilka.
Oh, I also have an array of 3 lights.
It's just hanging around, just in
Just
case.
hanging around. So I can ask if there's 4 of them.
Just in case that you need to know.
You have to be able to check an enemy's visual capacity, sir. It's about knowing thine enemy. Yes. Yes.
Hey, Vax. Where's the 4th light?
Wouldn't you like to know where the 4th light is? Come, maybe someday you could experience the 4th light.
Nobody pays extra for that.
Oh, I'm sure you could show me a wonderful time.
I don't know whether to get
Define
excited or
who
throw
has
up
the
in my
wonderful
mouth.
time.
And I don't even have a digestive system.
This will be the only thing in Ferengi that I own that will be free, is your torture.
Are we in range to scan the ship yet?
You want
I go back to sharpening my
advance to the
knives.
next event?
Next event.
All
Fast
right.
forward.
20 minutes out, you're getting readings of an extreme power buildup of the alien ship. It's now in range of the planet.
It seems to be in range of the planet.
Energy buildup detected, sir. Recommend yellow alert.
Yeah, that.
Do as you must.
I slam down on the button. Accidentally goes to red alert.
Huh.
Yeah, close
When
enough.
did we get buttons on the bridge?
I had them installed personally.
sir.
Sorry, sir. I had them installed personally, for I have an affinity with ancient technology.
As long as it does the job.
Indeed.
And no drinking cola on the bridge. Where's my beer?
Are we within range to actually begin scanning the vessel?
Give it a try.
I should like to do that. What kind of challenge would that be?
Tess also does a spit take when Captain Gill said no drinking cola on the bridge.
And then her console starts sparking.
Go control science.
Alrighty. Control science would be a 14. Let's see what am I rolling against? Using my controls to scan the vessel and its energy readings.
Let's see, where are we here?
Should be at difficulty 0 or 1, and the more successes,
Yeah.
the more info you get.
Oh, exactly.
Got it. All right. Do we have any momentum to start with?
Nope.
Nope.
Cool. Could I send a threat just to throw a little bit of
Did you just ask?
information? Yes, I'm asking us if we would like
This is the mirror universe. We don't ask here.
Cops does.
Yeah.
Can we use some threat guys? I think I could scan it real good.
That's the weirdest fourth wall break I've ever heard.
So I'll use
Are
one
the
threat,
chimichangas?
3 rolls, supported by ship systems.
Okay.
All
Yes.
right, I've got 1, 7, and 5. I don't think I have scanning as a anything focused, but
That's at least 4 successes.
that should be pretty darn good.
Well, depending on what challenge
Yes.
rating you assigned.
Yeah. What does the ship do?
What is the ship doing, you mean? Like,
No,
are you
Well, the
talking-
ship should have a die too.
The ship gives them an assist.
3.
Nice. All right, so that's 5 successes on whatever the challenge rating was.
Well,
We scanned it.
scans cannot penetrate the hull. You're detecting massive anti-proton energy. And you also notice that the ship is now firing on the planet.
Gotcha.
Captain,
How much momentum we got?
the ship's firing, sir.
We can see that. What's his rank? What's your rank?
I should be a lieutenant still.
We can see that, Lieutenant.
Right.
Scanning the planet for effects.
Where's the...
Also, what's our
Right.
momentum right now, since we had that successes?
Bear with me. I'm rather new at this. David, what was it?
So, whatever
difficulty 1?
So we should have 4 momentum then.
Okay. All right. That was pretty solid. Groovy.
I press a button and I put all of this on screen just so we get to see everything.
Ha! Let it tire itself out like a dog. When it's done firing on the planet, we tear out its heart.
Our mission is to capture this ship, not destroy it.
How large is this ship?
You can still capture a heartless body. It's just dead.
Oh,
Then it would be useless.
It is still
Much
firing.
like you would become.
We should probably try to stop it.
How large is this ship, and what does it look like it's doing now with the planet as it's firing? I want to describe the carnage.
Explain to me how it shoots the innocent civilians.
Have you ever seen a puppy with a chew toy?
Okay. There is now a rather large hole going through the planet.
I don't think that should be there.
An interstellar space bypass. The fiends.
Space donut.
Ooh.
And how big is the ship that we're looking at? We got that much off of it, right?
Basically, the ship is large enough that its maw could devour the Hatfield.
Gotcha. So we're talking about like doomsday weapon size, not like Tholian size.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Out of
goody.
character, it is a doomsday machine.
Sweet.
Wonderful.
That's player knowledge, not character knowledge.
Exactly. Oh,
No
CEO.
So I sit there kind of rubbing my hands, little lick of the lips, like, oh, I want it.
I scanned the planet to see if there's any life signs remaining.
You see that the planet is fracturing. The planet was made of crystal itself, and it's fracturing, and it's starting to come apart.
Gotcha. So there was no life on it to begin with?
Correct.
Oh, it was completely covered in Tholian life, and now that the planet's core was basically just blasted through. Oh, there's still still Tholians alive on the planet.
Captain, may I make a request?
What is it?
Can we get our sensors to listen to the screaming lives of the Tholians below? I would love to have this as the white noise that I sleep to at night.
I'll get right on it.
Do you have microphones on the planet's surface? Did you think ahead and place them there before we left?
I didn't think I would have the joy of hearing dead Tholians today.
Actually, sir, I think if I reroute the optical sensors to calculate the vibration, we can actually listen to them.
Oh, please do. I would appreciate it if the captain would allow it.
Well, we could try to open up a communications channel. Did anyone think of that?
I could also probably get us closer. That might help.
Well, unless
Sound
you
doesn't
stopped
travel.
the ship while this went on, I'd like to think we've been getting closer the entire time.
I could get us there faster.
What part of maximum warp do you not understand, Lieutenant?
I guess.
I can throw some innocence into the warp core and get us there even faster.
Do we
throw
look
another
like a
Yes.
steam locomotive in space?
Starhammer 40K. Didn't realize that's what we were doing.
I hear Tholians make excellent fuel. Shall I try to transport aboard some survivors?
Tholian crystals in the warp core. Not a bad idea. Maybe something to consider for later.
How much of the planet has been consumed? And does it look like the planet might not be there in the near future?
It looked like it might not be there in 5 minutes.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah, it's fracturing big time. There's a giant hole in it, and it's just splintering everywhere. So pieces are going all over the place.
Have you watched the latest season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm partway through. Actually, no, I'm caught up so far. Yes.
I'm partway through.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying this season.
Season 5 has a shattering planet, so...
Fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scoop.
Tholians aside, Captain, maybe we should try and stop it, though.
Why? Carnage. This is wonderful.
Gathering
That's
as
our
many
mission.
readings as possible, learning how this thing works, might help us learn how to use it.
I'm worried if it keeps going, it'll attack us.
So
Well-
is that ship?
Too much.
So while we're debating what we're going to do with the ship, what is the other ship doing?
Still devouring the planet very quickly, I might add.
Well, as the ship has cooled down from its initial blast, it's starting to scoop up fragments of the planet. It's eating it.
Show.
And every time that a large chunk disappears inside, you notice a spike in power output from the ship.
Sir, it keeps getting stronger. There's a power output spike every single time it eats something.
Is that worse
So-
or better?
So what
Oh,
we're
that sounds
saying.
worse.
So what you're saying is that Tholians really are a good source of fuel, and we should get some for our own.
You could say it does a body good.
I'll start trying to beam any kind of remnants I can find from Tholian life forms or small enough planet fragments to load up our cargo bays for a future.
Can I make a scan to see what kind of power outputs we're getting off of the ship?
Off the charts. The readings have been coming in steady, so you don't need to do anything special.
But is there any specific type of energy?
We
that
had
it's
a
producing?
big, it was large, high anti-proton, and we couldn't get much scan beyond that.
It can't penetrate the hull, but you do notice that though a lot of the energy is still radiating out of its maw.
Hmm.
It's not entirely focused.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do before we actually get within range of it? Because we're still like, say, 15 minutes out.
We're coasting on up to it as it's finishing off licking its lips.
Well, I did already pound the big red button that put us into red alert, so not much more we can do.
We've reached maximum alertness. We're coming in at maximum warpness. Might be able to go faster, to know.
Well, we could always try Move Alert, but that would involve changing the bulb.
As expected. Good, excellent taste for a photonic life form.
A Scottish guy walks across the bridge going, my name's Scruffy. I'm here to change the bulb. Did you want the bulb changed?
Nah, that's all right.
All right. We come out of warp near the tail of the ship. About 5 kilometers off the tail. And there's still large chunks of the planet, but it no longer resembles an orb.
It's slowly being glumped down. Is there anything visually of interest on the surface of the Doomsday Machine, or is it just...
It's heavily crenellated from what you can see with your eyes through the view screen. Lots of just ridges. It does look segmented.
Interesting. But nothing that could obviously be a weak point or command center.
Perhaps we should engage with some more scrutinizing scans of the surface of the ship. Instead of just being looky-loos.
I'll see what I can do, sir. Retargeting the scanning arrays. Now that we're closer and are as scanny as we're going to be able to get, let's see what we can see about the ship whole. Looking for weaknesses, looking for anything that might give us something to interact with here.
All right, somebody roll difficulty 4, whoever's doing the scanning.
We've got 4 momentum.
Same check as last time?
How about insight security?
Anyone here have scanning specialties? Otherwise, I could try it with a 12.
Or insight engineering. I'll allow either.
I could do insight engineering
That's me.
on a 14.
That'd be better than mine.
That sounds like the ideal.
I also have 14, but I have sensor operations.
You do that then.
Will you let my sensor operations focus come in?
Sure.
Isn't that what we're doing?
Well, it'd be kind of overpowered if it was every single action a sensor ever does.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here. How about propulsion systems? To analyze, because I want to get a read on how this ship is actually propelling itself.
How it's going forward despite radiating energy out of its face.
Because that's my engineering side.
The ship's not moving right now, by the way.
Oh.
No, but I want to understand how it can move.
Mm-hmm.
GM?
Yes.
You ruling?
Oh, he's asking for direct information now. Okay, I thought he was
No.
Well, sensors do not penetrate
Nick,
the hull
Nick,
itself.
Stop.
What?
My propulsion system focus work on this roll.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay. Then I'm spending 3 momentum to get 2 extra dice.
Make it happen, Dave.
So, and I can spend some threat to up the complications?
Assisted by the ship, and yes, you could.
All right.
So then somebody else roll for the ship.
Alrighty.
Someone got it?
10 for the ship.
That sounds like a success.
I hope.
Did you spend threat to up the complication range?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
I spent 3.
So that's...
So 18 to 20?
If you spent 3...
I think it's 17 to 20.
Yeah, because it's 17. Okay. 3. I thought it was 1 and 2. Okay. Yep, 17 to 20. What you got?
I have 4 successes myself.
Nice.
And that's it.
Did you spend any momentum? You did, didn't you?
I
Three.
spent 3.
You spent 3? Okay, so down
So
to
that's
1.
5 successes total out of a challenge of 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then we gain momentum. All right.
Back
so what
up
did I
to
get?
2. All right. So still the scan was not able to penetrate the hull. However, you are noticing that there is the occasional port, kind of at consistent intervals along one cylinder section of the ship, about a third of the way down the tail, and you're detecting no emissions, but you're seeing some openings. Like
Access.
yes.
Are those access ports?
Would you like to know more?
Spend the momentum. You can spend the momentum to know more.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sounds neat.
What will you do, David?
I'll spend a momentum.
All right, down to 1. All right, they do indeed look like access hatches, but they're currently sealed.
Captain, shall I take an away team in a shuttle and attempt to forcefully access one of these hatches?
Well, how big are these hatches?
The hatches are large enough to handle a shuttle.
As in dock with a shuttle, or have a shuttle go through?
Have a
them?
shuttle enter it, assuming you can get
Shuttle
it open.
sized door.
Mhm.
Interesting.
This thing is not limited for space. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the opening's basically large enough to just barely fit 2 shuttlecraft stacked on top of each other.
So it's a basketball hoop.
Yeah, they are round.
Basketballs through it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Captain, shall I go?
Form your team. Get over there. Figure out what's going on and take control of that damn thing. We want it.
Gotcha. Yorn Devax, we have a mission.
Wonderful. I shall gather my equipment.
And I'll also pull a support pilot and a support engineer.
I know just the 2.
So one of the side stations on the bridge, this rather my words are failing me. This fellow that does not draw a lot of attention to himself spins around on his stool and raises his hand. I can support the piloting of a shuttle. I'm
Enough, let's go.
pretty good at flying. Oh, okay. That's Descartes, by the way.
Oh, excellent.
What a ninny.
Yeah, Lieutenant J.G. Descartes.
I forgot he was with us.
Most people don't realize I'm here.
He's just a Nobulan, right?
Yeah, I've been on this ship for 7 years, and I don't even think anybody knows my name yet. That's Descartes, by the way.
Excellent, Descartes. And I look at his uniform to figure out what his rank is.
I notice you staring at my collar, and I point to it. Like, Lieutenant JG, I only got the promotion because I filled out the paperwork.
Excellent, Lieutenant JG.
And the guy who used to have this seat tripped on a railing and fell to his death.
Oh, I remember that. I had to fix those railings myself.
So sad.
It was very annoying.
Tess turns in her chair and says, "At least you get to go. They're leaving me here."
I give her a raspberry.
You think this makes? I shake my head and just turn back to my work.
Descartes taps his knuckles on his forehead and goes, "This is why you don't have any friends."
The mirror universe is a wonderful place.
It's a weird place.
At least he's kind of cute.
So he gets up and he like stands beside the turbo lift, kind of looking at the door and then looking back at everybody else, looking at the door, looking back at everybody else, and just kind of like nudging his head over and kind of muttering really quietly, "Are we leaving yet?"
Oh, Jorn was already heading over that way.
And then Descartes realizes he's at the wrong turbo lift, and he runs over to the other side of the bridge. Wait for me. I don't want to miss this chance.
Got stubby legs.
All right, you get down to the shuttle bay and you gear up. Anything specific anybody wants to bring other than the torture implements?
I got several sets of scalpels, my pain sticks, a couple of phasers.
I have my medical tricorder. I have a very sharp knife of some description, and
yeah.
Well.
So Vax is carrying 2 duffel bags full of goodies
Oh, you bet.
and a backpack.
And a set of 3 lights.
All right.
and
what
also
looks like a utility belt.
With carousel reversal spray.
and also Jorn has strapped to his back a 1.5 meter long Duratanium baseball bat
Nice.
with little tenderizing spikes on it.
Kosk brings along a small little multi-tool
Okay.
just for odds and end tinkering, just in case.
And
Be
a
sure
full
to take
engineering kit.
notes. That might be a good idea.
Hmm?
That might be a good idea.
What, my medical kit?
I was saying the full engineering kit
Oh, the engineering kit.
that David was mentioning.
Yep.
But if you're gonna go, bring the full engineering.
May as well go full engineering kit.
Always go full engineering.
That's kind of what I'm there for.
Wait, okay, so let me get this straight. All of you are going, and I'm staying on the ship with the hologram.
Oh, I thought the main engineer was staying and I was taking a backup engineer.
That's what's happening, isn't it?
Tess, what are you
I thought-
still doing on the bridge? Get down there.
He
I thought Descartes was going to be our pilot.
took that lieutenant guy.
I wasn't going. I was just explaining. Don't worry. It's all good.
Well, I was trying not to take the entire senior bridge crew, but
Yeah, that literally makes sense. You don't want to just like take out
You
the
know,
entire officers.
So when
setup.
they cause the thing there to turn on us, I can get us the hell out of here.
And I can throw all the power into the warp drive to make that happen.
you know what? This is the mirror universe. You don't have to wait for orders.
So I'm gonna stay here, Captain, if it's all good with you, because I want to live, and I'm okay if they all die.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
If they bring us the ship, we get a great victory. And if we lose them, that just means we don't have to put up with them anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, theory of evolution and all of that. The weak die and the strong survive. Yeah.
Exactly.
Darwin's grab bag.
Yeah.
That's my crew.
I mean that's why you sent the weak and the lame, right?
Yeah, well, that Descartes fellow was rather lame.
By the way, in this
I
universe,
think I noticed a limp.
in this universe, Jorn stats. Have you guys seen the mirror universe Picard?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
That's kind of what Jorn looks like.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Especially with a 12 in fitness, he's like 6'3" and pretty damn buff.
He's
Oh,
almost
geez.
a Jem'Hadar.
Yeah.
He's more than a Jem'Hadar at this point.
A big mountain of a man.
A big mountain of a man that likes to do medicine.
What did you?
Hey, you know,
It's called drugs, you know.
this is what happens. This is what happens with how we decided to go for the mirror universe.
No, it's fantastic. It works.
While you're loading all your gear and everything into the shuttle, and the shuttle bay doors have opened, the force field's in place, and you notice a beautiful sparkling as fragments of the crystal planet are bouncing off, and the smaller ones are getting like obliterated by the shields.
I
The
hope
small
someone
ones are getting
put some of
vaporized.
that aboard. It'll be excellent to add to our collection of extinct species.
And you see a Tholian rolling by.
Floating by.
I slowly pull out my tricorder.
Can
Flip it
Tholians
o-
live in space?
What's that?
Can Tholians survive in space?
Yeah, they can actually.
And I hit
If I
record
remember correctly.
just in case the Tholian screams.
Out in space where there is no matter for it to scream.
You never know.
I tap my communicator. You're into Chief Teleportation Specialist O'Brien. Yes, I'm
Yang.
actually talking to you.
No. Put Yang down at transporters.
Chief Specialist Yeg, I need you to transport some samples from the debris field so that we can research them later. Please beam them directly to a secure cargo bay.
Just scrolling. Just give me a moment here.
He's an NPC. His stats don't matter.
Okay, I was thinking.
Yeah, unless you want to make it hard, you can just take 10.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Yig's not here. We've got some things going on and we're just having a wee time. You want us to do something, do you?
Yes, please beam some samples from the destroyed planet and any life forms you can find into a secure cargo bay for later research.
I'll get around to it as soon as I get through with this scotch.
Working on the job.
Whatever. Let's go, and Yorn starts heading toward the shuttle.
All right. So, meanwhile, on the bridge, the Doomsday Machine does not appear to be doing anything other than just maneuvering around and scooping up.
Slurping up planet pieces.
Yep.
Having a
Okay.
leisurely lunch.
Hey, point of order. Since we have no idea what this is actually called, can I just call it the Cone of Death?
Sure.
The death cone is appropriate.
No. Cone of Death.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because it reminds me of an ice cream cone.
Cone of cold, cone of death. I get you.
Yeah, Cone of Death.
I was going to call it a bugle, but
I wonder
think they
how
have
many
bugles in the
scoops
future.
we could fit into that thing.
The battle bugle.
Oh, that
I'm
might
thinking
be
those little round conical cracker kind of deals.
I like Battle Bugle. Let's go
Baked
with
or
that.
fried.
That way we can say to the Battle Bugle.
So back on the bridge, we're watching the battle bugle waft around.
Yes.
And completely ignoring the Hatfield.
Perfect.
I'm
It's not a
quite
threat.
content with it keeping that up.
Mm-hmm. Back in the shuttle bay. You're disembarking?
Are we ready for launch, Lieutenant?
So, do we have we're having like a main pilot and it's just a secondary, or?
Who was the pilot? What's his name of the pilot,
Dakar.
or our support character? Was Dakar the pilot or no?
I wasn't sure if you were bringing two pilots or not. I thought you were looking for a secondary. I'm just making sure what you guys were asking for.
No, just Dakar if he's the pilot that came along. We're going with the fine.
All right. I've pulled the information for the entry place, and we're going to head there.
Excellent. Take us out then, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
The shuttle rises and then slowly moves forward, passing through the force field. And another Tholian is heading right for the shuttle. Dakar steers the ship just a little bit, just tips it over a little bit, just so we can hit the Tholian smack on.
Mm.
And the Tholian's flailing, trying to adjust its trajectory to no avail, and just shatters on the front of the ship.
You're going to have to clean that when we get back.
And you hear Dakar going. That was fun.
Got him.
Then he straightens himself out and veers the shuttle towards the portal.
Excellent. There's no Tholian guts sticking to the windshield, are there?
They're crystalline. It just shattered.
Perfect.
There might be like microcrystalline particles embedded into the hull.
All right, let's get to that ship.
Is anybody else doing anything while we're flying over there?
Back sharpening his knives again. Can never be too sharp, you know.
All right, so the shuttle arrives at the portal, at the opening that's currently closed, and the surface area, it looks not unlike how the Dyson Sphere's portal looks, just out of character kind of appearance, so you know what you're looking at.
Gotcha. With a closed iris.
No, it's not like an iris. It's more like kind of like Jaws' teeth from James Bond, you know. Kind of like notched, kind of, yeah.
Like a bear trap.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the technological version of a portcullis that's solid.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's closed.
Mm-hmm. All right, sirs. We've arrived.
Scan the portal and see if there's any way to communicate and open it.
Me, sir?
Do you have a better suggestion?
All right. I'll get right on that. All right. Sir, there's a point on the side of the portal. It seems to be a transceiver array.
Yes, and
I'm throwing different codes at it and trying to see if I can find a way to communicate with it, but it's not responding.
shoot it.
Is there anybody at the other console?
Bax, you up for this, or should I do it?
I will, with pleasure, take this one.
Okay.
Because this is how we solve our problems, with rampant violence.
Okay, so
This will either open it or it'll seal it shut forever. Isn't that always how blasting the lock works?
I'm just checking something. Okay.
Torpedo or phaser?
I'm not overly familiar with the combat system yet at this point.
Just phasers. Well, since this isn't really going to matter for the defense, it's more of this is basically more of what you want the effect to be and how hard you want us to make it to hit it.
Well, it's extremely small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard.
Probably like a challenge too.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
Security daring or something like that.
Yeah, so typically what it is, since you're in a ship, you're using the ship's stats to try to hit.
Right. And it's a shuttle.
It's a shuttle. So their stats aren't going to be fantastic.
No.
Although Mirror Universe shuttle.
It'll be combat oriented.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And considering we're not trying to damage the ship, but just like a small piece of it, the damage and the resistance probably isn't going to matter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or it
So we don't
matters-
have to worry about that part.
Right now, I'm just concerned to see if you hit it and how hard you hit it.
Yeah. So the way it works is you present the roll with the difficulty. If that passes, then it goes to the D6s
Mhm.
for the effects.
Okay. So
So
it's pretty small. So what do you figure? Like a difficulty 3? 2?
Yeah.
3? Yeah. Go for difficulty 3.
3's reasonable.
All right, so 2 dice.
Go for it.
And you said
2
it was
base.
security and daring?
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the
First you roll to
ship.
see. First you roll to see if you hit it, and then you roll to see how much
Okay,
you do to it.
so hold on though. It's
Mhm.
the shuttles.
Yeah.
Weapons security.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
So the shuttle has would have a security probably of 2
Mhm.
and would have weapons probably about 8 being a shuttle.
Mhm. I'll defer to you on that.
Yeah, the shuttles are not big. They don't get big stats.
Mhm.
Um,
But we're not exactly looking for damage here.
no. So
And let's spend a threat to up the complication.
sure. So what it is, if anything, it's the shuttle's roll and then assisted. I'd almost say it's the shuttle's roll assisted by Vax
Okay.
is something more you could do.
Mm-hmm. If they choose to do that.
Yeah.
I assume you will.
Oh, yeah. I've got a 16 and a 5 on the roll.
So then the shuttle's got 1 success.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vax, you need to roll against your whatever Nick wants to say, daring or control security.
Okay.
Let's see. Just give me a quick second here. Yeah, go daring. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, 2 dice again.
Go for it.
I believe.
No, just 1.
Just
Oh,
one?
just one? Okay. Yeah, I'm deferring to David for all the technical side of
No worries.
When
Yeah.
it's an assist. So it's the
Mhm.
shuttle's roll assisted by Vax.
Okay.
All right. So I sloughed off. I rolled 2 dice. I sloughed them off. I rolled 1 dice. I got a 9.
You got 9 total?
Yeah.
No, so that's another success. So that's 2 successes total.
Mm-hmm. So you basically hit half of it, and you basically blew a big hole in it. So it's you notice kind of like a mist coming off of it. No sparks, just a mist, but there's a hole there. So the sort of circular shape of the transceiver that was there is now kind of looking like a crescent moon.
Does the thing open?
Nope.
Well, we know what we got to do next. Retarget for the main portcullis.
You also notice that the hole is only about 3 inches deep.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
How do we figure that out?
Oh, Dickar's just staring at it and just going, guys?
What? Speak up, son.
Look at the view screen. He's like doing a pinch zoom thing on his console.
I don't have all day, son. Tell me what I'm looking at.
It didn't really do much. It's just kind of shaved.
I don't know what that means.
It's a weird adjective to be sure.
He's like pointing at the image. It only went, like you can see with your eyes, it only went about 3 inches. Like it's just
Not exactly sure what you're saying. What I understood is that we shot at something that was protruding from the hull.
I didn't say it was protruding.
Okay,
It's a transceiver array.
So this is flat against the hull.
It's like a slightly raised circle.
And it went through, and it went straight through, and now we can see into the hull.
No, it only went in about 3 inches. It just kind of burned away part of the surface.
Okay, so we've created a hole in the surface.
No, there's not a hole.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a hole, but it only went in about 3 inches.
A kind of like blast crater around 3 inches.
Kind of,
yes. Yeah. But it didn't go through, so we don't know that. So the hull is more than 3 inches deep.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's fine.
What else you guys got?
Can we scan the interior at this distance? Like just what's just on the other side of whatever the portal is.
Dacre plays his hands across the console a little bit. Not getting through the hull, sir.
Well, we're still going to shoot it anyway.
All power to phasers.
All power to phasers. And since it's sitting right in front of us and we're like 20 feet away, I doubt you can miss, right, Max?
You'd be impressed what he could miss.
So basically, you keep firing. It takes you about 20 minutes, and then by that point, you've shaved down the crater to the point where it's just broken through, and you see on the view screen you see a corridor.
Well, now that it has a hole, transports.
Scans. Make sure there's a breathable atmosphere first.
There's a hole in the hull.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Dacre looks over and goes, "Yeah, no atmosphere.
Air gone. Air gone.
Yeah. Ergo."
All right, let's break out the EVAs.
Did you bring him?
What, they're not on the shuttle to begin with?
Call back to the ship.
I asked what you guys brought. So David, what's that thing that you do to say, oh yeah, we brought things?
That's the opportunity cost, I believe, and I believe it just gives you threat straight up.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
No, you have to spend 2 momentum.
Yeah.
Can we give him 2 threat?
No.
Do we have 2 momentum?
By my last count, you have 1 momentum left.
Well, that depends on what the challenge rating was to shoot a door at point blank range.
It was difficulty 3.
But
the other ones.
And we got 2 successes, and that doesn't help. So.
Yeah, no, to shoot the door, not the transceiver.
So you guys just have to come back to the ship for proper enviro suits.
Time.
All right.
Which allows the game master to change the narrative of how everything's going.
Here's the idea, fellows. We're going ramming speed right into it.
Dacre says, "Sir, may I offer a suggestion?"
That doesn't involve suicide?
Yes.
He gives him a very skeptical look and a very impatient foot tapping.
He straightens it. Last I checked, we have transporter technology and we're within range of our mothership. So could we not just maybe get someone to beam over some EVA suits?
Taps open up a frequency to the ship.
Tess is on the ship.
Captain, We need some equipment for the ship. Can you lower shields so we can transport, please?
What the
What are you
hell?
calling me for? There's many people on this ship that you could call to handle this sort of thing. I'm the captain. I've got other things to do. I'm trimming my toenails.
You would call the bridge typically.
But
That would technically probably be under my purview, but since I'm not actually on the bridge over there.
So then you'd contact the person at your station.
I use my remote access codes to drop the shields.
Hey, what's going on? I heard a room.
I just told you, Captain.
At this point, Tess gets on the call. Yorin, why are you lowering the shields?
What? I forgot something. We need it.
We're at
Just
red
take a
alert,
second.
or haven't you noticed?
What could be so important?
That's why I called you first.
He face palms.
What could be so important that you need to lower our shields? Tell me,
The
Yorin.
ability to breathe.
That's
We
not
did take
important
chaos.
enough.
That's a privilege, not a right.
5 lives versus 500.
While we're talking, have I gotten the
Lieutenant, just
transport through
give
yet?
them what they want.
Yes, sir.
He goes back to clipping his toenails.
On the bridge.
Yep. He's rather comfortable on
Platonic
his
toenails. Wow.
They don't have to be cleaned up.
But technically, you still step on one.
A
But it
Terran
doesn't
Empire
hurt.
Roomba pops out of a little panel on the floor of the bridge and then zooms out, sweeps them all up, and then skitters away.
It's an absolute pristine Roomba, except for the blood splats all over it.
Except for
And the
blood.
razor blades along the edge.
Knife taped to the top.
Yeah, when there's excessive gore, a larger one pops out.
Don't ask, don't tell.
It's a Roomba to clean up the bloody Roombas.
It's a Roomba mothership, you know?
It's an exocomp. Come on, guys.
It's a flat exocomp.
Yes.
It's a flat
Could be
exocomp with
Wally.
wheels.
Could be Wally just putting dead body parts into his compartment and crushing it into cubes and just stacking them somewhere on the ship.
It turns organic matter into like lubrication and other things.
Oh, of course.
Replicator rations, all the good stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. The EVA suits materialize inside in the rear part of the shuttle.
All right. Everyone suit up.
Me,
go get my own suit.
me too, sir. You want?
Did I stutter? No, sorry. Go on.
No, I did.
No, you can stay on the shuttle.
All right. I think that's best anyway, because then who's going to be on the shuttle to get you back if you
Exactly.
need to?
Can't exactly leave a shuttle floating in space, can we?
No.
Since you couldn't bust through the opening with the guns.
That's not my fault.
I pat the pilot on the shoulder saying, I can leave you my prettiest scalpel in case some Tholians come on board.
And if that's not a laser scalpel or some form of energy device, I don't think it would have much use
Lieutenant?
against a Tholian.
Here's the deal. Feel free to travel nearby and continue your scoring of aliens on the hull. And we'll call you back when we need you.
You read my mind, sir. Thank you.
Have fun.
He gains a little bit of confidence and he starts beaming. He rubs his hands together like Monty Burns. Excellent.
So it's going to be me, Vax, and the NPC engineer we brought along.
Mhm.
Cool. Let's go.
All right.
Should have brought a
Is it
Rich.
Fred or is it George?
It's Fred. It's so Fred. But he's competent here.
It's Forge.
He's got like an IQ of 150.
Yeah, I am Fjord.
I
Brain
am
the, brain the size of a planet.
All right, you materialize inside the corridor, and Descartes looking back from the shuttle. You can see him waving at you,
Have fun.
and then he takes the shuttle and starts going around ramming Tholians.
What was his name again? Oh, well, I'm sure I'll remember it when I need to call him back. All right, let's head inside deeper.
All right, the corridor goes straight in towards the core, like away from the hole. Goes down about 100 yards.
Weapons ready.
While on the bridge, Tess is listening in on everything they're saying through their EV suits. Because I can.
They didn't
You
have
haven't
any.
told them we're listening, have you?
No. There's no fun in that, sir.
Good girl.
Hey, if
I knew there was a reason I
far-
liked you.
It's
They can
far
get a
more
signal
fun if we
through
can
this
hear
hull.
one of them die.
Well, there's an opening in the
Yeah.
hull, so you know,
That's inappropriate.
as long as you have enough power, I imagine your transmitters would work.
yeah, there's a front door to the
far more
Walmart
fun to
outside
hear
my
them
door, but I
die.
still don't get reception inside it.
Yeah, once the door's closed.
Stupid freaking Walmart.
Well, it eats
Yeah.
souls, so why would it let sound out?
Exactly. So I proceed down the corridor with my medical tricorder out, scanning for life forms, and my hand on the giant metal bat on my back.
All right.
Is there gravity still intact on this ship?
Oh
Or
yeah.
are we kind of floating?
Oh no, there's gravity.
Okay. So I
would
set
have
down
you
my
bouncing
duffel
off the
bag,
walls.
turn on my wrist light. I'm looking around, and I mention over the comms, "Show they didn't put any street shine, Shang Bridge this way."
You
I
do
turned to
notice
the
the
engine.
gravity is a little lighter than normal, but it's probably only like 0.8 of Earth.
I turn to the engineer, who should also have her tricorder out, figuring out where we're heading. Have you located a central power hub?
No, but there does appear to be a door at the end of the corridor.
As would be at the end of most corridors.
Hmm.
All right, let's just keep walking then.
Okay.
Only one way to go from here.
The supernumerary engineer just kind of steps forward, and then the faceplate of her EV suit is just like tapped against the door. Thumb. Proceeding forward, sir.
Sorry, I missed something. Are we at the end of the corridor?
Yeah, you approached the door, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were talking. I'm assuming we were talking not
I
next to the door. If she said there's a door at the end of the corridor, I assumed we were not
Okay.
at the end of the corridor yet.
Well, she just went off and headed for the door right away because she didn't see any other purpose of just standing around.
Gotcha. Can you open it?
She knocks on the door. She looks for a control panel, waves in front of it, and then this holographic interface appears on the right side.
Ooh.
That was
found something,
unexpected.
sir.
That wasn't my question.
I still found something, sir. I
Can you
don't
open
understand.
it?
Does it look like I've opened it, sir?
Obviously
I don't.
not.
I don't understand the language or the iconography that I'm seeing. Tricorder doesn't seem to be able to figure it out through translation matrix.
I take a look at it. Can I figure anything out about it? Is it ancient technology?
Uh,
Because I don't have linguistics anymore.
roll insight engineering.
Oh, good. I'll give you a threat to work with. As my insight engineering is a total of 9.
Oh, you.
Good luck.
So I'll take my 3. I'll take my 3 dice. Do I have a challenge? Well, do I have a challenge rating before we do this?
We'll just give it difficulty 1.
Okay.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, and since I did a threat, I can reroll that 19. That is 2 successes.
Hey,
All right.
what a
You,
momentous occasion.
you find a
Exactly.
rather large symbol that's shaped like the door, and you basically try to tap it. Your hand goes right through it, but the door still opens.
Ha! That was easy. Let's go.
Wonderful.
And I kind of just brush off our poor engineer girl. It's like,
As the door is opening, you notice a massive hissing, and you're pushed back just a little bit. There's like a mild concussive force.
I can take it. I'm big.
The engineer's like, maybe we should have seen if we could have decompressed it first, maybe?
So you can't open a door, but you can open your mouth, it seems.
Wrecked.
She opens her mouth, closes it, opens it, closes it, and just shakes her head.
Would you like me to
Yes,
suture
that is
it
what
shut for you? I got a bobbin and pin.
So the other side of the door, it's a small room, but you do notice that the ceiling is about twice as high as the tallest of you. It's about 12, 14 feet high.
Turn around, close the door, and then look into the pressurization commands if I can get some on the...
Holographic interface opens up on the other side. You press the symbol for the door. It closes.
Mm-hmm.
Roll again. Same inside engineering.
Same challenge rating?
Yep. Well, no, make it a 2.
All right, take another threat.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and then I'll go ahead and reroll that anyway because I can. Nope. So 2 successes and a 15.
So you haven't quite got it figured out. You did find something that seemed like it, but it ended up just causing a hissing noise. But you don't register any actual atmosphere really entering.
Yeah, that's what the next door's for anyway. I give up on this and start going toward the next one. Definitely not looking back towards our engineer. Just whatever.
The engineer goes to the other side, opens up the other holographic console, and just maybe we can just try opening it again, see what happens.
Why are you standing there talking about it?
She shrugs. She taps the button. The repressurization sequence starts cycling, and when it's done, the door opens.
Oh.
The corridor on the other side is brightly lit.
Good enough. Am I picking up anything on my life sign scanner yet?
Nothing yet.
Okay, good. Are you picking up anything on your engineering scanner yet?
I'm getting power readings from the other end of the hallway. There's a room up ahead, a rather large room. Nothing more, sir.
Sounds good. Let's go check it out. Unless Vax has another suggestion.
There's nothing for me to stab right now, so I'm just following the herd.
I know. I'm kind of disappointed as well. Maybe there'll be something in this next room. So can we get into this next one just as kind of like the other ones?
As you approach it, the door just opens.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
I like it.
I kind of step forward, tilt my head in, look left and right, check if there's anything nearby, check my scanner. Anything?
You notice there's a large cylinder in the center of the room, lots of pretty lights, and a console beside it.
Well, this is what we brought you along for. I'm going to turn over to the engineer. We'll secure the room, see what you can find out.
I can't make heads or tails of this, sir. Anybody have any experience with alien technology?
This was why we brought you, Lieutenant.
Hey, I'm doing what I can.
I didn't know useless was a skill trait.
Oh, she
She's
looks-
just getting dogpiled.
she looks
We're so-
over at Vax, and then while she's tapping away at the holographic console and the holographic interface above the console, and then all of a sudden a high-pitched shriek starts to permeate your EVA suits.
Oh, that's annoying.
It's a constant shriek. It's nonstop. It's rather irritating.
Was that intended, Lieutenant?
No.
Can you shut
A
it
off?
off?
A door on the other side of the room opens up. An extremely slender, 10-foot tall humanoid walks through the door, holding a staff.
Ooh.
Sort of glass-like skin with dark, swirling sort of fluid kind of thing inside within the shell.
Well,
It makes noise at you.
Does it show any life signs, and does it show any hostility?
It's
Obviously.
pointing its staff at you.
At me?
Yeah.
All right. Vax, you want to take this one? And I pull out my bat and hold it in front of me defensively.
Am I still wearing the really encompassing environmental suit?
Oh, you're all in your EVA suits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I pull out a phaser.
So it just fired. It shot Yorin.
I'm pretty big too. Well,
Yeah.
not compared to him, but
Okay. Is it like a sort of a dodge sort of thing? I really haven't had the chance to do combat.
you're looking
yet,
at a
so-
skill. You're looking probably at a daring security check for the person who's firing.
Well, I've already taken care of the alien side of things. But
Gotcha.
as far as your reaction, like you saw it raise its staff, you saw that it was pointed at you. So
if we're going by the
I'd say you got
order
a
of
chance.
combat,
Hmm.
then technically I believe I took a minor action to draw my weapon and an action of some kind of defensive stance. So probably taking cover in some way, shape, or form.
There is no cover. There's the cylinder and the console in the center of the room, and that's it.
Yeah, trying to cover myself with my giant bat.
Lightsaber the shot because of its metallic surface.
Hey, this is solid duratanium right here. You could make a starship black box out of this stuff.
Your bat disintegrates.
Well,
It takes the hit directly and it's disintegrated. It's gone.
I like
Better than
that.
that in your face.
Well, okay, Nick. The
Good
way
thing you didn't
it works
punch him.
is if you succeed, then you're rolling d6s to figure out what happened,
Oh yeah.
and it's equal to security plus the rating of the weapon used to fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's disintegrated.
Okay.
I took care of that part.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, when I get a spare moment, I'm obviously going to open fire on the thing whenever I get a spare moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was me, then him, then Vax. So Vax, you also get a minor action first. You could either go for aim or charge, depending on what weapon you're using.
It's going to be aim. I'm going to keep to my phaser.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, 2 dice.
go for it.
11 and a 2.
That should definitely be a hit
What's-
by.
What's your stat total?
So it's security and daring.
Yeah. What was it?
Okay, security is a 5, and
Mhm.
daring is a 10.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely got 2 successes.
No, 3.
Do you have-
Oh, that's 3, right?
Do you have hand phaser focus? Yeah.
Yeah, it was only a difficulty 2, so yeah.
How is it 2?
Sweet momentum.
Well, difficulty table: shooting an enemy with a phaser or disruptor.
Okay.
So you got 1 over. So that should give him momentum, right?
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Working on it.
So you hit.
So roll 5 plus. What was the dice for type 2 phaser? 3.
Yes.
So 8d6.
8d6.
Yep, because you're. That's how it works.
Luckily, I have a dice bag beside me. And I add up the total.
No.
It's
No?
a special weird dice. We just need the results.
Yeah, just
Okay. All 8
Fours
dice?
don't count.
yeah. Tell me individually what you roll,
Okay, sounds good.
and I'll translate it to Nick.
All right, I got 4. So I've got 2 6s, a 5, and a 1.
6, 6, 5, 1. Got it.
And I have
Nice.
two 4s, a 2, and a 1.
2 and a 1. Fantastic. All right, he rolled 7 plus 3 effects.
Okay.
So your enemy is taking 7 minus resistance plus 3 effects.
Okay.
And effects can be a whole bunch of stuff.
Mostly depending on if our weapons have any special qualities, being militaristic Terran Empire issued phasers.
Well, from what I can see on this damage effects chart and all that,
It's so hard to find things in this room.
let's see. Okay. I would say you knocked him on his ass.
Okay.
You got knocked down.
But
Yeah.
still living.
If one or more effects are rolled in the attack, then the target is knocked prone. Yeah, and I'm not
Good
spending,
deal.
I'm not spending a threat for the resistance to that. So.
Okay.
All right.
That
So
leaves
you-
our
you knocked him
engineer,
down.
but she's probably busy doing her things by the console, so
She ducked down behind it.
she can do that. Yeah.
It's like the only thing to really hide behind, and she was right beside it. So, yep.
It's too bad you don't have your bat to start beating it now.
Man, I'm very disappointed. Oh, hey, we could have had a disarm in there. That's all right. Since it should be my turn again, yes?
So, David, you know the mechanics.
It would be, since everyone's gone,
Mhm.
it's your action,
Okay.
but
So, getting up, would that be a minor action if it's not like severely wounded?
I mean, seven hits. I don't know. You know your character
Mm-hmm.
there, but 7 hits feels a lot more than not severely wounded in the grand scheme of things. But
How many hits can the standard human take, just in context?
12?
about a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Okay.
9 on my character, but he was really weak in the beginning, so
Right.
right now
Okay.
I have like
Is
8.
that like the stress?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
stress.
That's what I figured. Yep. You knock the wind out of it. That's about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm just out of curiosity's sake what the health wise is of a human, just for comparison's sake.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so knocking the wind out, yeah, getting up is definitely a minor.
Mhm. Okay, and taking another shot. That would be the main.
Right, with no quality.
Mm. Yeah, because basically it's using its staff as a means to like get back on its feet as well, and it's 10 feet tall, so it's kind of gangly. And 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 2, 3, 3.
I love it how it has the guard task in the quick set rules, but it doesn't actually say what it does.
Oh, yeah.
So it's firing again at Yoren, trying to anyway.
Go for it. I'm not the one that shot it.
Oh, you weren't? I thought you were the one that shot.
No, Vax.
No, I was.
Oh, it was Vax,
I
sorry.
took a guard. Vax was the one who was shooting it.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I would have been shooting at Vax then. Sorry.
Aggro.
With an 11-5. You're the combat expert, David.
That hits.
Are you listening? Yeah. Yeah, but I already rolled the d6.
Right. And how many did you do?
8.
All
Any
right.
effects?
Yeah. I was reading it off to you. I guess you were.
I heard 11 and 5, and that's all I heard.
I said that after the fact. Yeah. So we've got a 5, a 6, a 2, a 4, and 2 more 2s and 2 3s.
Okay. Yeah, so Vax takes that many stress.
For the whole total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he suffer 5 or more damage from a single attack?
Yep.
That would be a yes.
He's currently looking at suffering an injury.
Is there well there's like resistance, and I imagine the EVA suits would be able to absorb some.
Yeah, the EVA suit should have, I think it's resistance.
It would be dice.
Right.
Full-
It should. It's
A personal
probably-
force field gives 4, personal armor gives 2. I'm guessing an EVA might be less than that. Maybe 1.
And I would imagine that EVA suits for the Terran Empire would be combat EVA suits.
Yeah, so they'd probably
maybe-
be 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
So Vax, roll 2d6.
2d6 it is. 6 and a 1.
That's 2 with an effect.
Okay.
I mean, he could say that the effect is blocking another damage.
Mm-hmm.
That makes enough sense to me.
So does that reduce it to below 5?
No, it reduces it to 5.
So still an injury, but then it's exactly 5.
Yeah. Okay, so Vax, you have suffered 5 stress.
Okay.
Your maximum
with
stress
that-
is your, I don't know if you recalculated, it's your fitness plus your security.
Fitness plus security. So that would be security of 5, fitness. 1 second. If I recall, my fitness wasn't all too
12.
spectacular.
No, it is now. It's 12.
Oh, never mind then. Fitness 11.
I have you at 12.
That's the mirror
Oh, yeah,
universe
sorry.
for
As
you.
well. Sorry. Yep. I'm running off the
So
cell phone.
17.
Yeah, 17 total.
so you're fine. You just got to mark.
Just a mark.
That you have 5 stress.
I swear.
And GM.
Mm-hmm.
I swear loudly in Ferengi.
Yes, David.
The GM, what's his injury?
Looking for a table for that.
Although we can spend 2 momentum, or sorry, Vax can choose to spend 2 momentum right now to ignore his injury.
You
We
have
only
exactly
we have
2
3
momentum.
momentum currently.
Last count was 2.
Last count was 2. I'm not gonna spend the 2 momentum to do anything.
Last count was 3 because he
Was it?
over succeeded on the phaser shot.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So there you go. So you got 3.
Unless if people want me to spend that much momentum, but I think we could save it probably for another shot or something.
It's the mirror universe. You want it, you take it.
Oh my!
Spending 2?
So the 2 momentum.
How does Vax feel about pain?
He does not like it. So I think I'm going to eat the 2 momentum.
There you
Okay.
go. So then there is no injury to Vax.
Says the guy who has Klingon pain sticks charged on him in multiples.
He likes dealing pain, not receiving
Exactly.
it. Maybe he's a bully. Maybe he was tortured a lot as a child or a young Ferengi, and now he's taking it out on others.
I was just checking. I didn't want to kink shame him or anything, you know.
Maybe you'd like to step in Vax's quarters.
Now, is that an invitation?
The door is always open.
All right, so he took his shot, so that should be
Yep.
all of us next.
Yeah.
So that means I need to draw a new weapon. So I'm going to draw my phaser because I really liked my bat. I'll have to get something from Vax after this. So I'll pull my phaser and take a shot.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I lost my dice roller. All right. So.
So keep in mind, David, that I'm more the storyteller here, so I need your assistance with a lot of the mechanics. Yeah.
You're good.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and I will give you another threat. So I get 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
With a phaser, we're looking at control security, right?
Oh, so Will, before you take the shot, what do you want your effects to do?
I'm going to go for disarm.
No, disarm's something you have to spend momentum for.
Oh, sorry.
You have
so
one.
it's a. Where's the effects chart?
I don't know. I have it on my GM screen.
Combat momentum spends. Disarm costs 2.
Yeah. So damage effects, there's 5 things. You can make it an area attack, but there's not more than 1 guy here.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
You could make it intense. The cost to avoid an injury caused by an intense weapon increases by 1 for each effect rolled.
My weapon probably has intense ability on it.
Knockdown. If 1 or more effects are rolled on this attack, then the target is knocked prone.
Mm-hmm.
The target may resist this effect. There's piercing. It ignores effect points of resistance for each effect.
And
or
vicious
you could make
inflicts
it vicious.
additional damage.
Yeah.
But that requires my weapon to have that quality, right?
No, it doesn't.
Oh. Cool. The cost to avoid an injury. No, let's just go straight for let's just go straight for vicious.
So he's declaring a vicious attack.
Indeed.
All right.
And then with a phaser is controlled plus security. So that's going to be 13. And then I'm giving you 1 threat for this. So I get 3 dice. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. That is 3 successes.
That's another momentum.
I'll take my momentum.
Don't.
And then
Increased.
4 plus 3 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. 3s and 4s are no good. So 5, 5, 6, 2.
So you've got 3 effects, 5 total with 3 more effects. So that's going to do 8. Does the effects become another 1?
Ha!
So wouldn't knockdown be like an automatic at that point with that many effects? Based on the wording of it? If one or more effects are rolled on this attack, then target is knocked prone.
He didn't declare knockdown.
Does knockdown have to be declared for that part? Okay.
Yes. So he decided to make it vicious.
All right. So for each effect rolled, you inflict X additional damage.
Right. So then it's 8 total.
Okay. So that was 7 before, 8 now.
Vax, finish him off.
With pleasure. All right, so I'm going to aim another shot. 2 dice. With an 8 and a 13.
That's 2 successes. You don't even need to reroll with your aim.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty. 8 dice again.
Yes.
I got 8 d6s this time, so I just read them out. All right. Well, I got 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, and 2 5s.
Okay. I think at this point we've all assumed that these are vicious attacks.
Yes.
So
if that helps out the roll, yes, it does.
That's going to be a total of
10.
10. I think it's the mirror universe. Every attack is said to be vicious unless otherwise stated.
Set phasers to vicious.
Yes.
Okay, where the blast hits the creature, basically the creature's on the ground now when you're shooting at it, right? Or would it be would it be simultaneous?
I mean, you're the storyteller.
Paint
us a picture.
The creature got knocked down by the first attack. The second attack, you basically hit it in the head, and it basically the skin peels, rolls back, and all the fluid just kind of spills out. It just kind of went ploosh.
Ew.
The body
I'm
inverts.
laughing the whole time. Yeah. Watching his face peel.
No, I mean the whole body. It rolls inside out, and everything comes out.
Oh, wonderful!
It completely inverts.
I'm laughing the whole
Fascinating.
time.
Is there still a body left? I'll have to pick it up on the way back out.
It's a husk.
This could require research. I love research. It'd be better if I had a live one. Maybe I'll have to try to knock one out next time.
All right, what's next? What are you doing now?
Did the engineer get anything?
The engineer has been cowering behind the console.
I'll turn around. I walk back to her and just look down at her. Because that's what I do. I look down on people. Oi. And I'll give her a light kick in the side.
Damn it, sir. I'm an engineer, not a fighter.
But do you own a phaser?
Yeah, I'm quite sure my EVA suit has one, yes.
But then surely your hands were restricted in some way that you couldn't use it, right?
Yeah, I was holding on to the console.
Vax. It's all right. You brought her along for a job, not for the fighting. That's what we get to do.
A thought comes to mind for cowards where I take a small pin, just a small little pin, and heat the tip of that pin up to red-hot levels.
No. I don't think I'm okay with that.
Oh, but it gets better. I then slide that pin underneath a fingernail and let it cauterize. And once it has fused with the nail, I give it a very swift tug.
Yoran's just kind of face palming over on the side here. Perhaps we
That's
can
wonderful.
forgo the fingernail treatment. Can you, if she got something good out of the computer while we were fighting?
Well, if that's the case, then I will shave her from the Vax's manicure.
Your comms go off, and you hear the captain.
So, how's it going over there? Crunch, crunch, munch, munch, munch.
I turned to the
Anything
engineer. I
happening?
don't know. How's it going, Lieutenant?
Is anyone dead yet?
I think Vax got one.
Wait, one of you or one of them?
Does it matter?
Yes. It always
Oh.
matters.
Captain
One of them,
is eating
Captain.
holographic popcorn.
One of them.
No.
Yoren, did you bring me a trophy? You know how I love my trophies.
We'll pick it up on the way back, Captain.
I'm not the captain.
Oh. Wait, who am I talking to?
Tass.
Not me,
Oh,
apparently.
that's right.
You're
Sorry,
you're
I mean,
sweet-
I forgot David's not the GM today.
You're
Test
sweetheart.
Benning is no
Yoren.
longer captain.
Tess has never been captain. Come on.
Or commander.
Come on, son.
If there's enough left over, maybe I'll leave one for you.
Shall I
doesn't
get
look
back
safe.
to work, sir?
Yes, please. Wait, did I just say please? What the hell's wrong with me?
You've been getting soft.
I have. I
believe
better
I
go.
shot
I better go.
my-
I better go punch a wall. Get my manliness back.
Captain, we need to get Yoren to sick bay when we're done. He said please.
That's where I usually work. After all, maybe I caught something.
I mean, you guys can't hear this. This is these comms go.
Oh,
one
so you
way.
can listen to us, but we can't listen to you.
Yep.
You don't know we're listening to you. That's the whole
Uh-huh.
point.
Yeah.
Although you might have found it disarming that you didn't hear an actual communique. You just heard the captain start talking.
Oh,
Oh,
I did
wait.
state. I did state that the comms went off on all their suits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My insight right now is 7, so I wouldn't notice a rock falling on my foot.
Basically. As it should be.
All right. Oh, I go pick up this thing's staff. Can I use it?
Do
Is it heavy? I need a replacement for my bat.
oh, it's heavy enough, but you can lift it. Do reason engineering check.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Which one
Reason.
should we do?
Crud. Let's see. Where's my reason? Oh, I actually have decent
Difficulty 3. Oh wait,
Reason
no.
and-
This would be it would be difficulty 3.
Let's see. Is it ancient technology?
Decidedly not.
Gotcha. Oh, I'm not a bold engineer anymore, am I? What I just thought I was bold security. I should have been using that. Oh well.
Perhaps you're a bald something.
Well, I'll give it a roll. I probably won't make it though,
We believe in you.
so I'm not even going to spend stuff on it. I got 2 successes.
One shy.
That's fine. I don't need to use it as a gun,
It basically seems inert to you.
but
Like
it's
it's
heavy.
been- Oh yeah, it's heavy, but it's been.
Does it have a
depowered.
pointy? Does it have a pointy bit on the end?
No, it's yeah, actually, yeah, it's got kind of like Well, have you ever played STO?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Well, it's
Tucker would yell at me.
it's got how to describe it? Kind of like almost like a minor axe type shape to the tip, but it's not like a sharp blade. It's squared edges,
Mhm.
and it doesn't appear to be physically attached to the staff. It's just kind of floating there as if it were attached.
Well, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really sound like inert, but I'll take it. My insight
Inert
sucks.
in the sense that it's not doing anything. It's just there.
Gotcha. I try to. I take it and try to swing it at the wall and see if it'll dent the wall.
No, it just goes clang.
But is it a heavy clank?
Oh yeah, it makes a loud noise.
Good enough. I'll hold on to it.
Okay, so let's see here.
Yorn is very Ned Stark in this one. He likes to feel it when he hits somebody.
Okay. Yeah. No, the engineer just keeps plugging away at the console, looking back at her tricorder, and every time she thinks she gets somewhere, she goes, nope. Not rolling well for you there.
It happens. Can I use this? Can I medically scan the husk to see if I can lock on to any additional similar life forms?
Go for science insight.
Always the insight.
Mm.
Why does my insight Why did I have to put my insight as 12 in the regular Prime universe? What's my challenge?
Difficulty is just 1.
Okay. This might be doable. 1, 2. Oh, hey, look. 3 successes. Now I roll a 1.
Basically, within the normal, general scanner range of this thing, it's a little reduced given the materials in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
You're only detecting about just a handful of other similar life forms. You're not sure how many just yet, but you're definitely detecting the same life forms.
Any coming our direction?
Milling about, nothing's heading this way.
Are we still shrieking in the room?
Yes. The alarm.
That's annoying. Lieutenant, can you at least make it shut up?
I'll try, sir. Yep. All right. She finds some symbols that seem very, very similar to like auditory sound waves, and she tries that, and it disables the alarm.
Excellent. Good job. Did I just say good job?
Do you need a manicure?
I must just be in a good mood from breaking something.
I give the corpse pile a kick.
And then it explodes, and everyone dies.
You notice that when you kick it, you notice it's very rigid. It shifts over. It's rather heavy, but it's like rigid. It's not soft or flexible or pliable at all.
Just as a quick refresher, what exactly was our mission again? Just get information on this thing?
To try to take over the ship.
Oh, perfect. Then we still have the engineer left behind.
Left behind?
Well, if me and Vax go to take out everyone else on the ship.
Yeah.
How would you feel about that plan of action, Vax?
Okay, out of character, I have lost like a third of my health. In character, sounds wonderful.
I have my medikit on me. Can I do anything about his injuries or his stress?
You should be able to.
I know I can do injuries. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be able to do anything about stress, actually.
You don't actually have any injuries per se. low on health, right?
I think
Low
so.
on
Yeah.
stress. Stress is base.
Yeah.
We call
Yeah.
stress hit points, but basically it's your buffer
Yeah.
between deadly injuries, and 3 deadly injuries kills anyone.
Mhm. Well, you're not in
Okay.
danger of dying from your current state
Okay.
because you don't have any injuries per se. So
Exactly. Okay. I'm confusing stress with
So
HP.
yeah, you are stable. You're just not exactly in peak health.
I mean, really, the system doesn't do anything to say that stress isn't exactly HP, but once you read enough into the damage rules, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not quite how it works.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You've got the adrenaline pumping.
I'm just thinking like recover doesn't seem to really matter once combat is over, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Regaining resistance and
A lot of those
ability to
rules
avoid it.
A lot of the rules are meant for really long combats.
Right.
When you're going when it's like five enemies, or when there's go from a room into another room.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things. So.
All right.
Let's see. I'll try to open up a communication to the ship.
To our ship?
Yes.
You're trying to open communication when you just had contact with the captain and
well, you never know if he's actually paying attention or clipping his nails. I want to make my preliminary report on the difficulty of killing these things, how many things we have in our limited knowledge, and if it's time to send in a Terran extermination squad. I've done my scouting business. Let's get the reserve troops in here. I think we can take them.
So you think it's time to invade?
They don't seem to be particularly strong on board, Captain. And well, let's be honest. If they can't notice a shrieking alarm from 30 meters away, I don't think they are much of a surveillance threat either. I think we can take them.
Permission and request granted.
So can they teleport to our location, or is there difficulty?
Tess, raise the shuttle.
Raising it.
It is now 5 feet in the air.
5 feet in the air?
Well,
shuttle?
We're gonna have to beam an assault team, but it's gonna have to be passed through your shuttle. We can't seem to get anything into the ship itself. Not directly.
Oh, all right. Standing by.
Tess, arrange to have the team sent through.
Understood, Captain.
Dave, I think it might be better if you take the engineer as well. That way I'm not sort of playing
talking to yourself.
Telling the story. Yeah.
Sure.
And sitting there, being bored on the hull on the bridge of the starship.
Exactly.
All right.
And now that we have an assault team, feel free for anybody else who is not feeling enough action to take over an assault team member.
All right, Koss, you're with me. Let's go.
Sure. I follow along.
Koss, act like you've been there.
Okay.
Cost got to be better than this other bargain basement engineer we have. Whatever happened to our education system?
I know my stuff, sir.
Look, Nobody's asking you to take point. Be the one that shoots somebody. That's what the grunts are for.
For the record, the engineer's been rolling really badly.
No, I'm fine with thinking she's incompetent.
I'm pretty sure they like 10 steps ahead of you on that one.
And
I pull out a little sheet of paper with a coupon on it for Vax's manicures and just slip it into one of the pockets of that engineer.
Vax's
Just as a
manicure.
reminder.
Okay.
Vax's
remembering that
gay
one.
spa.
I'm
Try
picturing
the sauna. It's
For
great.
maladjusted officers.
So I'm picturing Koss and I are in the transporter room at the same time. Like,
Headed down to the transporter room to.
Shall I assume you put on EVA suits first?
Yeah, let's do that
Well,
before we just beam into
we're
the
getting EVA suits.
lack of
Terran
atmosphere.
EVA combat gear.
We're getting the EVA suits in the transporter room, and this is where we're talking. It's Koss. Look, you wouldn't be going if you weren't the best at your job.
I know. I can do it, but there's a lot riding on this. That thing just ate a planet.
I know. I had a front row seat to it.
Wait, did the ship just burp?
Yes, it did.
I would too after a whole planet. Like, what's that got to do with your digestion?
Koss, if you don't have confidence, you get tossed out the airlock.
Well, I'm not getting tossed out the airlock.
Well, it's a good thing I'm wearing an EVA suit.
One of the bridge officers turns to the captain and says, "Captain, based on the speed at which the cone of death is consuming the planet, it's going to take days, sir."
Perfect.
So right now we're setting up to dive deeper into the thing as essentially an assault team.
Okay.
Pretty much, yes. Like 2 or 3 SWAT teams worth of people clearing rooms and
Understood.
Eventually hoping an engineer can get us into these computer systems.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
That's what Koss is here for.
Would probably help.
I can throw around with engineering and science.
And I can throw down with engineering. Yeah, we're
And
basically
navigation of the
bringing
ship.
the engineers along.
Yeah.
I start using my engineering skills to actually make a literal saw. Just working out the details in my head.
Truly, the best use of that brilliant mind.
All right, so I think Koss and I are ready to beam over.
Along with like a dozen other Terran foot soldier shock troopers.
Yeah.
Bam.
Insert transporter noises here.
Ooh, wait. Oh, well.
Oh, you actually have
That works.
sound bites.
Somebody did. Is that person not here today?
I think it's Tucker.
Okay, they've only beamed onto the shuttle at this point, so now they got to go from the shuttle to the station. So you may transport again.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Whoa! Who teleported that?
One of the assault team just materialized inside the wall.
That was not a teleporter.
I hardly even know her.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Stupid ads.
Uh,
Fine, forget it.
Okay.
okay.
All right. Are we doing this tactical assault, or have we completely ruined all of the GM's plans?
Hey, it's go do what you're gonna do. We'll just
We're corridor sweeping.
So well,
okay. So they appear in the original corridor.
so I head to down the corridor to meet up with the team that exists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what anybody else is doing, but that's my plan.
Okay. So
Cost timidly tags along.
okay, you get it. You get at the end of the corridor in the door, and then the holographic interface pops up. What do you do? You haven't been here yet.
Oh.
Tap the communicator.
But I did hear what they did.
Oh, that's true.
Mm. But you didn't see. You just heard sounds.
You're right. I didn't see. All right. I guess I need
You
to make
gotta
a
figure out-
roll.
You got to
Get
figure out how to
sucked
use
out
it.
into the ship.
I heard something about a hand, a scan, a gesture.
Did you know?
The tricorder frequency. So I pull out my tricorder.
Okay.
And I scan. I run a scan.
Get your bearings, you know.
Control engineering.
Control engineering? That's my favorite thing. Any chance my mathematics focus comes into play?
No.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
Actually, yeah, mathematics likely would, because like with like language and glyphs and things like that, you might be able to find a pattern.
Yes.
Right? Recognition.
What's my difficulty?
That one it was only a 1 before.
Okay, I'll spend a momentum anyway.
If I remember correctly. Okay, down to 1.
Yeah. No, down to 3. We gained.
You gotta let me know. Remember.
Yeah.
So you're at 4, 9, 3
when it's changing, because he's going to be keeping track, Dave. So anytime you just make sure to let him know.
Exactly.
Yes.
Remember, I'm the storyteller. You're the system man.
We're at 3.
Okay.
I have 4 successes. Wait, no, I take that back. I have 5 successes.
Good luck you spent that momentum.
I rolled a 1, a 3, and a 15. And my control engineering is 15.
And doesn't momentum max out?
At 6.
6?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I would say it's maxed out now at 6, right?
Correct.
I have one I can use for an immediate spend. If I wanted to ask a question about this glyph system or this hologram system.
Is an immediate spend thing part of the game system, or is that just something you're thinking of? Okay.
No.
All
so
right.
What happens is, like, I have 4 momentum over my success threshold, and I could spend it now or add it to the pool of momentum.
Gotcha. Okay.
I can spend any part of it.
So you're spending 1, you're letting the other 3 fill the pool.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know how I'm spending it yet, but
all right.
I will be spending it. So I guess tell me what happens and I'll figure more out from there.
You're able to easily discern now which glyphs open the door and process the atmosphere. So cycle the atmosphere. You recognize it as an airlock.
Yeah.
And you figure out how to do that. How to operate it. And based on that level of success, you have a bit of recognition or familiarity. It's not like you've seen it before, but you kind of have almost like an instinctual kind of recognition of, hey, this is something that kind of makes sense to me. Maybe if I explored a little, I might figure it out more.
Intuition.
Yeah.
Okay. So
With success like that, I kind of have to give that much to you.
right. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, the glyphs that I'm seeing. This is not my question, but I'm assuming there's no English lettering here.
No.
That this looks very foreign to me.
It's all like iconography, glyphs, things like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
And that there's no
And just for the record,
Terran.
no. There's
no
no
Terran
recognizable
numbers.
symbols, really.
Am I
The
seeing
other engineer lucked out at the audio wave thing.
Okay. Am I seeing anything that's repeating? Anything that, like a recurring short pattern? Am I seeing any symbol that stands out?
Everything you see is currently unique on the holographic display. However, you notice that some images are static and some are animated.
Fascinating. It's perhaps a control.
Sorry, I stepped away. Has our momentum changed?
Yes, it's up to 6.
Cool.
There's so much more I want to do here with these glyphs. I feel like this is a great puzzle, but I don't quite know where to go with this.
At what point do I get annoyed waiting for them?
Probably about now.
Well, I imagine are you just standing there waiting in that room, or are you doing anything while you're waiting for them to come meet with you, or?
I'm taking a short period to adjust to my new staff of clubby bashiness. And then when I get slightly bored of that, I wonder where the heck is that assault team that I ordered?
Vax?
Damn it, Amazon Prime.
What's Vax doing?
I'm just waiting for the assault team to show up.
All right.
Sharpening his knives. Oh, does Vax have any other cool weapons with him that maybe I should borrow or no? Maybe this staff pretty good.
I do have a Klingon blood stick. Or, yeah.
Pain stick?
Pain stick. Yeah, that's it.
There you
go. I mean, that seems melee, but it doesn't seem like heavy melee.
No, it's just
basically, think of it, it's kind of like a cattle prod, but a very sciencey, futuristic cattle prod.
So nothing smashy, huh? Nothing smashy in the bag of yours?
Second-hand weapon.
It's like an energy-based melee weapon.
I suppose it couldn't hurt to have a backup.
If
it'll lend me it wouldn't hurt to have a backup.
Yeah. Pokey stabby.
Yeah, whatever. I've got like dozens.
Yeah. Cool. So what you doing, Davey?
I will show. I'll say, hey, Koss, come over here. Take a look at this. Can you make heads or tails of this?
I'm gonna go with heads.
So have them roll insight science.
Koss?
Let there be science.
Blinded me with the science.
Craig may have stepped away.
He got
it's those 4 lights again. They're really
his
bright.
EVA is stuck on deaf and mute, so he didn't hear your question.
Silence.
What's going on? I had my thing closed out for a second.
Oh, I'm having you take a look at the whole glyph system I found, and you need to make an insight science roll.
All right. Insight science. We have 13.
Oh, that's much better.
I should hope. And difficulty is what? Difficulty?
It would be a difficulty 2.
Momentum's at 6. May as well burn one of that. Let's see what our 3 dice say. Can you assist me in this, David?
I don't know.
would say probably not at this point until you actually know what it is you're describing or trying to
Understood.
interpret to
Okay.
him. Yeah.
Let's
That's
see what the
problem
dice
is
say.
He needs a fresh pair of eyes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 4, 13, and 4 again. That's 3 successes.
Hey, our momentum's back.
You have any good focuses or no?
No. Nothing that would help me with this.
I feel like we're all playing NPCs. We have no focuses, no talents, no values.
No talent hacks.
Especially that NPC. I mean, engineer lieutenant. Because NPC is not a thing that exists in Star Trek. No, of course not.
Supernumerary is usually the term.
So I definitely get an understanding of these glyphs. Or at least I get across what Tess is trying to show me.
You had what, 3 successes?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's you're kind of picking up on it, like you see some. You haven't really seen any like patterns yet, but you're kind of going, "Oh yeah, like this looks like it could go somewhere."
Hang on a second. I feel like this character especially is interesting. I see this piece repeated over and over. Come on.
No, there's no patterns like that. No.
Okay.
There's no repetition.
Yeah.
I asked about that.
Someone snoring.
I don't hear that.
Am I that boring?
No, you.
No, it's just someone is stuck at a console.
Yeah.
Got him. All right.
I think at this point I get annoyed enough that I start calling, "Hey, where's my backup team? Where are you?"
We're having some trouble with these glyphs.
I go to the door and I open it from this side.
It's an airlock, so from my understanding, they like David's already figured out how to operate it. Shall I assume you've actually committed the cycle, or were you holding off? Because usually in figuring it, you're actually like you're tapping away, so you would have initiated the cycle.
Sure, I started the cycle.
Yeah, so your attempt on the other side of the door fails.
Good.
It just flashes red.
Oh, good. They must be making it. All right, turn around, wait 5 more seconds.
The airlock pressurizes around us and spews us out into the room before us.
Well, David's still standing at the two of you are still standing at the console looking at it, so you haven't even stepped into the room yet.
Right, but the door is opened up.
On your side. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this data's on my tricorder, right?
Mm. Well,
Costs.
I assume you would have taken like visual recordings.
Yeah.
But you haven't like initiated any like try to do like a data link or anything like that.
Well, okay. At least in terms of I have a visual recording of everything. Like I've gone through everything once.
Mm-hmm.
That's good
so
enough.
So you're saying that you've tried to tap like or interact with like every glyph on the thing?
No, I think he's saying that he's at least got like an image recorded of the glyphs themselves.
Okay.
For Federation.
Essentially, if there's 200 glyphs that are possible, I have an image of all 200 of them.
Well, it's relatively small console, and there's only like half a dozen things on it.
Yeah, but
like
he's
major
not
glyphs.
a clear image recording.
Yeah, of it. So there's like half a dozen main things, and then there's a bunch of like smaller glyphs and icons all over it.
And the ones that are animated, I have a video recording of their whole animation cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna try to do anything with it?
Not right now.
Okay.
I'll come back if necessary.
It's a little bit difficult to try piecing together a glyph language in the field. That's something that you bring back and talk to science nerds about.
Well,
what does this do?
Precisely.
It's more, I don't want to kill anybody right now.
Yet.
Right
This
now.
is the mirror universe.
Actually,
So
here.
the other engineer calls you guys through the comm. Says, sirs, since you're not here yet, I imagine you're fiddling around with the interface. I do have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Maybe if you try just hitting things, just explore the interface. Maybe you'll find something.
Push the
I
buttons.
was kind of rushed through that one, so I didn't really get to see anything.
Okay.
You
Here.
I mean,
want to
you did
just
open up the one door.
try pushing some things? Tess?
I cut her off. Koss, you go in there. You and here I'm gonna sync our tricorders so that you have a record of what's out here.
And you're sharing your
Okay.
understanding of how to cycle the airlock, obviously. Yeah.
Yes. I want to see if there's anything in there. It's possible that these might be linked. And it's possible that I might have to do something out here. You might have to do something out in there, and we coordinate. It's also possible by me doing something out here that things work together. So you go in there and you take two of these big, strong, strapping fellas with you.
I take the strong, strapping fellas and attempt to finagle with the glyph interface in there.
So now you're going through the airlock cycle.
Whoop.
And
Okay.
then I'm staying outside. Once he's into the room, I'll deal with the glyphs.
All right. So into the room, atmosphere is being cycled in, and then the other side of the door is automatically opening. And then there's of course
Hey, where you been?
Don't forget, there's still. Oh yeah, you've gone over to it. That's right. So you're not in the other room then. You've left Vax in that room with the engineer, because there's that corridor between that room and the other and the airlock.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess, sure.
So yeah, I'm outside. They're in there doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost to us, Vax.
Over the communicator, I say, "Okay, Tess, I'm gonna use the glyphs."
Yeah.
And then I attempt to
Okay.
synchronize
What are
with
you
her.
using the glyphs for?
David.
So I just start pressing glyphs, the ones that weren't used for the airlock sequencer. So I press one of the animated ones.
Okay.
Are you asking me to press the same one?
No, he's just
Or
doing.
you just want me on like the other side to see?
I'm just seeing if this does anything, if this
All right.
changes anything.
The animated symbol moves from its current location down to the corner. The other symbols disappear, and then a floor plan shows up on the screen, showing your current location. You see blips on the screen, basically indicating your away team, your assault team, and then you see a corridor map.
Yorin, I've got a map.
You got a what?
A map.
They have maps?
Yeah.
I turn around and look for the other engineer.
The other engineer is in the room where you had the fight. You're at the other end of the corridor next to the airlock.
Can we see the map
I raise a
on
fist
the other
in
side
that
of the airlock?
I raise a fist in that general direction.
It
We got a
accomplishes
map.
nothing.
I slap Tess on the back. I was like, "Good job. Someone knows what they're doing."
Wait, Yorin and I are in the same room?
I don't know. Did
No.
I thought you had a map.
Yorin went through with two assault team members.
I thought someone was
So-
telling me they had a map.
Yeah, through comms.
Oh. Well, I guess I can't slap her on the back, but if you were here, I'd slap you on the back.
Noted. With a little smile. I'll send it to Koss's tricorder if I can. Shouldn't be too hard.
We have the technology.
Basically, you've
Good.
created a link between your tricorder so that it has a copy of what you're recording and you live stream visual of what you're looking at. That's
Does
it.
it include life signs?
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
life signs.
not
You don't-
life signs, but it kind of shows us where things are.
I like knowing where things are.
You see basically it's a corridor framework, so to speak, and then you see blips where your people are and only your people.
So kind of the intruders, Yorin.
And then I use my tricorder to locate at least the nearby crystalline aliens.
How?
Excellent.
You just see what you saw before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're milling about. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Is all the teams gathered up yet?
No, you've got Yorin and 2 of the assault team.
I wait until
Tessin-
the entire assaults, all the assault teams are gathered up.
David, are you still staying on the other side, or are you going to cycle through? Because you said you were staying behind to fiddle.
Yorin, I still have about 5 buttons out here to press. I'd like to see what
You're not-
things do.
Coming in.
Well, are you
There's
going
a
to do
bigger
anything?
console in here for you to work with, you know.
Well, that's why we
Okay.
sent the chief engineer.
I am here, you know.
Oh,
So you see that image of the map. Are you going to do anything with that, or are you just going to do something else? What are you doing with your interface?
You've been presented
Sorry.
something, David.
sorry, I got distracted.
The as still as yet unnamed engineer is pipes up through the comms, sir. Talking to Tess. Maybe see if you can manipulate the map in any way.
So you said there's some buttons on the lower half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you live over there?
Well, no, the icon that you tapped that called up the map is the only significant one there. It went to the side and then the screen of the map showed up. That's all you
Okay.
have right now.
So I tap another one of I tap one of the static buttons.
There aren't anything else. There's just that one animated symbol and the map.
I try to zoom out by pinching in.
Okay,
That should zoom out.
Yeah, pitching in. So it starts to spread. You see 3-dimensional structure. More of it's coming into view. Or before you could only see it to the limits of where your people were. Now you're starting to see further corridors. It stops at one side where the hull is, the external hull, and just expands inward.
This is fascinating. I say to no one in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the entire internal structure. I try to rotate it a little bit.
It moves basically whichever way where you like twist or pinch or all that. So it's freeform. It's holographic. It's 3-dimensional.
Okay.
I'm imagining like halfway between the Metroid map and like that computer display on Bones.
Yeah, so think of the main interface itself as generally flat. You've got as if you're reading it like on a holographic screen, but the map itself is dimensional. It's kind of like it extends back and forward towards you in the kind of like TV screen frame.
Sure.
It's open. Yeah.
It's 3-dimensional projected onto a 2-dimensional surface.
It's not on a surface. It's just floating in the air.
Oh.
The interface is purely in the air.
Okay.
Did you notice when he tried to hit the airlock cycling thing before, his hand went right through it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I press, or I kind of motion towards the button icon that
Did it open the map?
That opened the map.
the map shrinks away and disappears, and the other icons show up again with them.
As expected.
Mhm.
I motion towards another animated icon.
All right, one sec.
Do you see anything in there that says self-destruct sequence?
So after you tap the button, it's kind of pulsing from it. It's like it's processing.
Okay.
Another screen with tons and tons and tons of glyphs and iconography shows up. It just starts scrolling.
Okay.
Yeah.
My tricorder's out and has been recording this.
Mm-hmm.
It's been recording everything because I have my tricorder in one hand and one hand free to manipulate the controls.
Your tricorder is starting to find patterns. The universal translator for that is starting to make sense of it, and your tricorder screen is starting to translate certain words. You're starting to see little snippets like harvest, recharge. Travel.
Sleep data. Sleep.
Investigate.
Commander, it's possible I'm into the memory core or some kind of records. My tricorder's translating glyphs at this point.
And so you see two words together. Travel doorway.
Out of character?
Mm-hmm.
Screw you. But awesome, thank you.
So do I have all my teams except Tess?
And I've got one guard with me because
Gotcha.
never go anywhere alone on a hostile.
So you only had there's 5 of you that came over then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
5? I thought it was like a dozen.
Well, I'm leaving it up to you guys what you brought. So
6. There's 6 of us. So 6 of us came over. 2 went through with Koss. I've got 2 with me.
Yeah, that sounds better.
That means we only have 1 team to sweep the ship. I wanted to send the second team down to engineering.
Well, you had sort of 3 groups when they were transitioning through the airlock. So, and now you have 3 again because you've got 2 people in the combat room, and you've got the four of you there in the corridor outside the airlock, and then there's 3. Well, no, because sorry, which Koss and the 2 went through. So that's 3 plus you in the corridor you're in. So there's 4 of you in the middle, and then there's 3 on the other side of the airlock.
Yes.
3, 4, and 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We got backs.
You've got an army.
Happening?
We've got
what's
a
happening, guys?
Still here.
I feel like I've taken a lot of the scene at this point, so we should go.
All from a random console in the side of an airlock instead of actually just coming inside and doing it there.
Remember, it's still an exploratory mission, even though you're backing it up with guns.
We at least have.
I heard it was a take the ship mission.
Oh yeah, but you got to explore to figure out how to.
We need to figure out how. We don't know yet. Mm-hmm. We need to explore the ship.
That's why I was hoping we had 2 teams at least: 1 for engineering, 1 for the bridge, and 1 more for anything else that we found was interesting.
So I think now that we've got an idea of what the interior looks like and we've gotten maps, we should start following along the access routes to until we find or run into something useful along the way.
Out of character, I've got like about a half hour before I die.
Okay.
It's
So we definitely want to move things along.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is 1 a.m. where I am right now.
Oh, wow.
We get you.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. 10 here on the coast. So. All right.
All right, so we're gonna.
I'll nudge you guys a little bit.
Cool.
You're heading back to the room to see Vax and the unnamed engineer, and
Jane
you
Doe.
notice you can't enter the room. There's a force field there.
Oh,
Tap tap. I
That
tap it with
seems
my
new.
new stick.
He's tapping on the same room that I'm in, correct?
It's basically just it hits the surface. You see that there's like an interaction visual effect, but it doesn't pierce it. It's stopped cold.
Pew! Huh. That didn't happen last time.
You feel a bit of resistance, like kind of like you're hitting a solid object, but it doesn't like glance off or anything. It's kind of like it's held in place when you tap it, but you can pull it away.
Had you guys been able to move through there before?
Tap the communicator. Vax, can you open the door?
So the engineer's right beside me, right?
Oh, no, you can see right through it. There's just a force field dividing the corridor from the room.
Oh, the door's open.
Yeah.
This and my character's asking if this is new.
Lieutenant. I give her a glare through the force field.
I look down at her. Well, I guess up because Ferengis are quite short. We're waiting.
Tess, did you do this messing with that console?
If I did, it wasn't on purpose. And I would have no idea how to undo it.
Somebody did something.
Best guess, whoever's running this battle bugle, they're the ones who did that.
Okay.
And I'd be on your guard.
Butyl bagel.
So what's happening with Tess and the two? What are you doing at this point?
Those two are keeping an eye on my back.
There's walls and the emptiness of space out the hole that you blasted your way through. There's no other corridors. Yep.
They're still keeping an eye on my back.
Yeah. And what are you doing with your front?
I'm still the tricorder's still looking through the glyphs. Mm-hmm. Once that's done, I'll go to another section of the whole display.
The progress indicator on the tricorder says that it's going to take a long time to figure it all out.
Back at the force field, I'm going to try searching for any sort of power conduits or anything that could be leading to the force field to generate it.
All the walls are completely and utterly smooth with no detail.
And my tricorder can't scan through them for any power signatures.
There's power coursing through all the walls.
Oh, it's
like the
just
walls
like
themselves are filled with energy.
Are alive.
Interesting. Okay.
With the sound
and as you've been kind of keeping on things throughout the time, you notice that energy is increasing.
Got it.
Okay.
What?
Then here's what I'm going to do as Tess.
Okay.
I'm going to create an advantage. I'm going to spend 2 momentum.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out I'm going to pull out a second tricorder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to leave the one that
together.
I'm going to leave the one that I have running through that database.
All right.
And then we're going to go through the airlock. Me and the 2 shock troopers.
Okay. All right, so the airlock will still cycle. It cycles, you get through. You're in the corridor with Yoren and
I hate how you said that.
Okay. And so I tucked that other tricorder into my EV suit. So I have a tricorder. A tricorder's
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah. So you've left one behind, and you're taking one with you. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah,
once
and-
they're open, it's linked. They're
Yep.
linked. So if anything
Cool.
happens to that one, I get
Mhm.
an alert.
We just want to make sure we don't lose out on anything.
If it closes, if it's destroyed, if anything happens to that tricorder, I know about it.
All right.
Okay.
Good deal. I'm still
So we're
tapping on the
still
force
stuck up
field with my.
against the force field.
I'm still tapping on the force field with my stick, looking impatiently at the engineer on the other side. Lieutenant.
I'm trying, sir. Yeah, no. She's pretty much useless.
Vax, you got those toothpicks?
Let me see if I can warm one up. This one went in the pinky, and this one will go in the ring.
What is that? That's our Vax is
sir,
our portable agony boot.
Sir, no need. I've been able to access the map from this console, and it appears you can create a doorway from the interface, but I can't do it from here.
So what you're saying is you can't do anything.
No, she's tapping on the map, and doorways are appearing in the walls in her room.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah, but she can't do anything to the room you're in.
Is there an
You're getting
interface in this room?
There's an interface on both sides of the airlock, and there's the interface inside. There's the console interface inside the room that she's in.
Who's with me right now? Koss, the engineer?
Yeah, Koss and to the assault team.
I look at Koss. Can you do that?
And don't forget, Tess and the other two are with you now as well.
You're in the
corridor with.
Not without one of those.
I'm sure
There's a console on the other side of the airlock.
So do
just
we
like
have to go back out to use it again, or can we just like go to the other end of the room and use the one we have?
Think of a box with two doors, one on either side. There's an interface on either side of, like, on each door. Yeah. So there's a way in, there's a way out. Yes.
I'm sure if she tells me how she got into the door interface, that I can do what she's doing.
I just started manipulating the map, and I just found that the walls could change, and doors appeared, both on the map and in our room.
Okay.
We go over to the console, bring up the map, and attempt to touch the segment connecting these two rooms together.
You fiddle around with the map interface, and in the middle of the corridor, off to the side, a doorway appears.
Hopefully there's no force field here.
No force field.
Literal bypass.
Literal.
We walk through.
Another corridor, and you're seeing on your map that if you go through the available path, it leads to another large room, but it's away from where you are, or it's away from the rest of your team is.
I asked Jane Doe if she can open up a door to the same one from her side.
That pathway doesn't lead towards this room, so there's no connecting tissue.
No,
so to speak.
She's with us. She can. Oh, we just opened up the door between us. Remember?
I thought you were talking to the engineer in the room with Vax.
Yes,
I was letting him.
That's who I'm talking to.
Oh.
Yeah, and so she's saying that there's the corridor that you're able to get into, which she now sees as being available to you, does not connect directly to the room she's in. So.
No, not to our corridor, to the room we're heading towards. Can she go from her room to that room? so we
I
can meet
think
up.
so, sir. I'll see if I can get this new doorway path connected. So she finds kind of an alternate route. It doesn't go directly to that room, but it goes in parallel. So
Good enough.
yeah.
Meet us there. Vax, keep her
Yeah.
alive.
Oh,
Or
where's
don't.
the fun in that?
Fingernails later.
Well, Vax, if you want to keep moving, and you might want to keep her. She's probably necessary.
She's
Very
the
well.
only other technologically, inclined person there. Maybe she'll start to roll better.
Look, if there's a technological problem, you just kick it until it works.
And put nails in the fingers for motivation.
Agony booth.
Okay.
Motivation
All right.
colors.
So you're heading up the corridor, or are you going to the other large room?
Yes.
Yep.
And
We all die.
yep, game over. That was totally
Rocks fall.
just so you know,
Yep.
I do have what's the talent I have? I have constantly
rocks?
watching. When I attempt a task to detect danger or hidden enemies, I get to make that task.
That includes falling rocks.
Yes, it does, because that's a danger.
right.
So as we go into that room, I'd like to detect danger.
Danger's my
No
middle
danger.
name.
Okay.
No apparent danger.
Except from your own teammates.
I roll perception. I've rolled a 1.
That's obvious. I'm used to my own teammates stabbing me in the back.
We're one big happy family.
Sounds
You get
like
a little ping from
Thanksgiving.
your tricorder that it's got about 25% of the words that it recorded translated,
Oh, fascinating.
and it's pinging up 26.
Well, progress is being made out there. By the
So
time
you're-
we're done, we might actually have a translated language.
Significant data.
Yeah, you never know.
So you enter the new room.
Yes.
I've got my
Yeah.
big stick out.
So you hear a voice, kind of just sort of coming out of nowhere, when you enter the room. Curious intruders. We have had time to analyze your speech, and we now can communicate. What are you doing here?
You have violated the sovereign rights of living beings in this quadrant. As punishment for destruction of the planet, we are confiscating your vessel. We suggest you surrender and await trial back on Terra Prime.
We recognize no such authority. We are the only authority.
Well, that's all you had to say then.
We disagree.
Then we shall confiscate your vehicle by force.
That is something we cannot allow.
And we all get sucked out an airlock.
You see on the opposite wall, you see a door form. And you see, instead of like an opening on the other side, you see an image of another place.
The hell?
Oh, is it supposed to do that?
Engineer, explanation.
I scan it with my tricorder to see if it's a dimensional rift of any sort, because that doesn't make sense at all.
And my tricorder out as well.
Your tricorder just detects a different room. And then you detect life forms. Human life forms.
There's somebody in there. But it doesn't seem like it's any sort of spatial anomaly.
Sorry. Human and Ferengi.
Humans. And Ferengi.
A human and a Ferengi.
That. Do you think it's Vax?
Gee.
Nah, couldn't be.
I get close to the door, but I don't want to go in. And I
message Vax over the intercom. Did a door open up?
Did the door open up from my side?
You see the same thing they do, but you see them on the other side of it.
Well, I can see you guys.
Do you wave? I wave to them. Hello.
I wave a little nail that I've been slowly heating up with my phaser.
Yeah, that's definitely back.
that's facts. Yeah, I got him.
I think they want us to leave.
I think they want us to leave too.
I do not expect you to leave, Mr. Bond. I
I don't
expect
think
you
we should
to
leave.
die.
What's going on? What are you doing?
I motion for our engineer lieutenant, nameless lieutenant, to come through the doorway. And by the way, she's wearing a red shirt in case it matters.
I decide to
Her
return.
EV suit is got a red tinge to it.
Exactly.
I decide to return to the mapping console and look for any other points of interest. I know we were just headed to a large open room, but I'm a little bit shook up by them just like shouting out at us, making sure nothing has changed. Because they're clearly manipulating their own vessel.
Yep.
Ridiculous. Why would they do such a thing?
I'm kind of uncomfortable with that.
So you go to the map and you see everything that was seen before. Some of the small symbols and whatnot that. Are you looking at your tricorder as well?
I'm not. I assume Tess is like
yeah,
really going hard.
I still got my life.
Okay, well you've got the engineer. We'll just call her Lola. It's the first name that came to mind. Just Lola.
Perfect.
Sure.
Lieutenant Lola. All right.
I pictured her as someone.
Lola says, my tricorder is starting to translate some of some of these symbols, and it looks like corridors are numbered, rooms are numbered. There's no descriptions to them. They're just sequentially numbered, radiating outwards from the front of the ship.
From the front.
To the back.
Where's the first one?
The first one, it's looks like it's just above and next to the end of the opening. It's like where the opening ends. That's where it begins. The maw of the cone.
Wow. Should we start from the bottom or the top?
Sound very philosophical.
I ask aloud, puzzled.
Start from the front, the top.
What was that?
It's a round shape. There's no top per se. You also notice that the way the structure is it's like gravitational central. It wraps around the center.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're on a giant ring.
A giant spiral.
Whatever's numbered 1, start there.
All right.
If
Team
I was
1.
building this, I'd start at 1.
So the doorway with the image of the other room, it starts to flash. Just a simple pulse. Another pulse.
They coming through here to
but-
join us or not?
Yeah, do we go through and all join up into one big group? Yay, nay?
Lola
And then-
just says, "Let's just do it. Let's go."
Okay.
She goes through.
And then
She-
process
she-
to room 1.
She just appears in the other room next to the rest of the team.
Come on,
Okay.
Vax, don't get left behind.
I'm on my way. Don't worry about me.
Are you limping?
And we pass through, no problem?
Yep. Yeah. Your whole team is now together.
Perfect.
Reconnoiter completed, and we are progressing now towards room 1.
I'm gonna split it. I think we should split up.
Once you pass
towards
through the door, you're interfacing with another terminal, and you're going into the map.
All right.
And you see that you can't make doors just appear anywhere, but there's one long corridor that goes straight to one.
Let's head there.
Is there any other points of possible interest on this map? Like anything that would look like an engineering section or
You tap to try to create like sort of side doors and all that, and it just basically it flexes and it's almost like it's resisting.
so we've got one path to go down, you're saying.
Yep.
So what you're saying is we're being railroaded.
Yep.
I'm
Literally.
pretty sure that the aliens controlling the ship have determined that we ought to go this way.
Well,
And
who am
while
I to
they
say
may
no?
not have our best interest at heart, I don't really find very many ways to disagree with them.
Okay. As we're walking, I mute my comms and I start talking to no one other than whoever's listening, running this ship. And I say, I know you can hear me. I know you've been watching us. And I know you know well enough. If you have any sense of right and wrong, any sense of exploration, you know that Koss and I are not like the rest of these people.
How so?
Hey, don't kink shame me.
You saw what I did at that terminal. You saw that I'm trying to learn more about what this ship is and who you are. I left a tricorder running to try to understand your language. I want to know what you are.
We are who you must become.
Jerks.
Are you saying evolve or die?
Your words are sensible. But not quite accurate.
Then give me a chance. Let me learn.
Every moment provides chances.
All I need is an opportunity.
I'm gonna have to hit David upside the head, aren't I?
In my culture, whoever controls the biggest weapon is the one who can inflict change. We once
Change is what we seek.
we once had an empress who had a starship 200 years ahead of its time.
Oh, she.
And she ruled, and she inflicted the most change our galaxy has ever known.
Empress Hoshi.
This is how we have come to notice you.
If you and I partner, we can inflict more change.
We do not seek a partnership as you intend it. We seek growth. We seek expansion. We seek all.
Your words seem hypocritical. I watched you destroy a planet. That's not growth. You lust for power as much as I do.
All things must consume to survive, as does our vessel.
There are lifeless planets.
On your world, do you consume lifeless objects? You must consume life to gain life, as we do, as our ship does.
I still have more sense than the rest of these people. I can learn.
You are using your words. That is the good first step.
I can become what you need me to become.
Singularity is happening.
I'm the only one that had enough sense to talk to these people.
Oh,
You're the only one who's willing to sell out the rest of your crew.
Tess is just a philosophical hoe.
So the floor basically turns into those airport moving, not escalators, those moving pathways.
People moving.
You're being pulled towards room 1.
All of us?
Yep.
Oh,
You're
good.
standing on the floor, like a treadmill, basically, and it's moving you towards that room.
Never would have guessed.
At a comfortable pace, a pace that you're not being knocked over by.
Just think about it.
There is no thought that it must be taken that has not already been taken. We are here. You are here.
Heretic.
Do actions mean nothing?
Actions do speak louder than words. We know of your people. We know of your history. You are not consistent.
Exactly. Individuals are different.
Individuals are also inconsistent.
We are capable of change.
That is the only constant of your people.
Damn it, Talani's in charge of this ship. I was wondering why we didn't see her.
You arrive outside of the room. Enter. You all hear that last word.
I switch my comms back on.
I stride forward, chest puffed out, alien staff by my side, fully prepared. I'm gonna die. I go in first.
I think we're all gonna die.
You're stepping in first,
Yep.
boldly going forward because you don't believe in reverse.
Yep. And I'll become the Klingons on the starboard bow.
Scrape them off, Jim.
You make it about 10 feet into the room, and then you can no longer lift your feet. You feel heavier, but your feet are also firmly rooted to the ground. You can't lift your feet.
I stand there then.
You see an array of consoles. There's a being similar to what you've seen before at every console. They're all looking at you. All of you.
Oh.
Enter.
I walk forward slowly.
When you reach the same distance, so you two are locked
I
in
get
place.
caught.
Yep. You can still freely move the rest of your body. Your feet are stuck. You can't walk any further backward or forward.
I kind of freeze in place, just kind of tense and nervous. I assume everyone else enters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you bet.
I go in about halfway.
You see one being step through that you couldn't see before. there's a bit of kind of like a holographic sort of effect, kind of shimmering over, shrinks down to about 6 feet tall, and a cloak appears over with a hood down, and it looks like an old man.
I swear to
And
God,
he's holding a
I'm gonna
staff.
punch somebody.
And he's holding a staff.
One that looks like mine.
There is a time. No, it's different.
Oh.
There was a time, a different time, we encountered people like you. And people like you, pointing to Vax.
Ha 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 ha. A smile being acknowledged.
That's my favorite.
We are equally as unimpressed with you, still pointing to Vax, as we were with the others like you. But you are different. The others appeared more selfish and were willing to think for a moment. Throw the others under the moving vehicle?
I believe what
As
you're
you would
referring
say?
to is the ancient relic called a
Boss.
Autobus.
Autobus.
Strange languages.
It used a carbon-based fuel in order to propel itself mile distances around the planet's surface. It's a heap of junk.
But you could get money off of people from it. Profit.
Ah, profit.
He looks over at the other aliens and makes noises that you can't comprehend. Turns back, shaking his head. Who speaks for you?
I speak for myself.
You.
I am the commander in charge of this expedition.
Points to Tess.
Oh, Tess.
You were the one who reached out.
I did.
You now speak for your
Tess.
people.
Glare at Tess.
I raise an eyebrow. Curious
eyebrows?
as to the one that can't run a console is now in charge of the group.
We do not simply do as we please. We do as we need to do.
I
In
understand.
addition, with our expansion, our growth, we needed to come this way. They were here. We found these people offensive.
We do too.
So we ate them. We consumed them.
The Tholians are no friends of ours.
Nor ours. While they may share some of our contentions, they are incompatible.
Good talk, guys.
You have a vessel of great power, and you are very advanced. Probably more advanced than we are.
Probably.
We could learn much from you.
And we have need of being such as yourself to do things that we cannot. We need to know if we can trust you, if that is the correct word.
Yorin guffaws.
Trust is a difficult concept. Trust is earned. But trust is also something that has to begin somewhere.
We require trust in order to move forward. If we do not find that with you, we will seek it elsewhere. The benefits of that trust will be given freely to all your people, should it be gained.
Let me tell you a story from my home. There was a scorpion who needed to cross the river. And there was a fish who could carry the scorpion across the river. And halfway across the river, the scorpion stung the fish, leaving the fish to die and the scorpion to drown. Asked the scorpion, "Why did you sting me?" And the scorpion said, "Because I am a scorpion. It's what I do." Trust can be assured all you want, but nature always is the determining factor.
You speak of assertion.
Yes,
Our assertion is that we do what we must to expand and grow. Some may expand and grow with us, or be consumed by us. Which is it that you desire?
We desire to live.
This requires our trust. There is another term that we have learned from studying your people. It is called a leap of faith. Will you and your people take such a leap?
I speak for my entire people, but I am qualified to speak for myself. And if you have studied, which as you say that you have, that we are scrappy, we seek to little else.
Sorry, you cut out there. You seek to. David? Can anyone else hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear David continuing, or?
I cannot hear
No.
David.
I can't hear David.
Sorry, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're
How
cutting
much-
out there.
Just the
Sorry,
last
that was a
sentence.
really good speech too. I was like, dang it.
Pretty much missed all
No,
of
I
it.
would say, Ed, if you have studied the Terrans as much as you claim you have, they're scrappy above all else.
Mhm.
And
That
with
is one-
that, we desire to live.
Your desire to live, your scrappiness, as you call it, those are traits that will be necessary. But they need not be directed at us if you wish to continue. It will serve you no purpose against us. It would only lead you to being consumed. We can do what you cannot. Yet there is something we need that you can do that we cannot. We seek
And what is that?
symbiosis. We are both immune and unable to be affected or affect time. Your people do not have this gift or inability. We require you to use time as a tool. We cannot utilize this tool, as I say. You can. We need you to be instruments of our way. the Iconian way.
Dun, dun, dun.
And scene.
How?
Yay!
Ah.
We're mercenaries.
Oh, the urge to say things that would knowingly get Vax killed immediately.
Well, that's actually kind of a neat little hook there.
Ah.
We actually are like being taken in as like, okay, you got to do this for us.
Mhm.
Oh, Nick, that was good. That was a good hook.
That was
Good, I'm
really
glad.
good.
It
Glad
took
you
a while
liked
to
it.
get there, but that's
Mhm.
what we needed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
geez.
had more planned in that journey, but it took a while to get things moving.
I think
so
we
I
got
just
caught up on a lot of
I pushed it along.
Took a while
Yeah.
to get through this stupid door.
Well, the way I had planned to do things is with each discovery, with each new achievement, you were going to be kind of accelerated through, but those achievements were a little slower coming than I had hoped for. But that's something
and
as
that's
I do
all
this
just
more,
experience. Like
I
you
will
need,
learn more. Mhm.
it's just a matter of figuring out how your players work and how
Yeah,
exactly they
exactly.
progress through the game in order to see like how to set them up.
Mhm.
Right. It's
Exactly.
something I've had a lot of time learning how you guys work through things.
Right.
But it's tough.
Yeah, it's been
a
years
process.
since I've run like D&D and Ninja Turtles, Rifts, Robotech. I haven't done that in a long time, and most of the time I was just the player. But when I did kind of do DM and GM, it was a few and far between. So it's getting my space.
Your
boots
experience
back.
got out of practice.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's something that I kind of came up with a concept like very shortly before we began. I was sort of milling about different concepts and different ideas, and
How exactly
then
do you want?
it just kind of dawned on me that okay, well, Doomsday Machine and Iconians. So I kind of smushed them together, and
That's
then
pretty smushy.
yeah.
Like that's actually a neat way to explain two kind of things at once.
Mm-hmm.
A, what Iconians are doing, or rather, how completely aloof they are, and
Mm-hmm.
B, what the heck this Doomsday Machine's doing, and C, giving us an actual plot hook of okay, now we're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
To be continued.
Dun dun dun.
It's a neat little setup.
All right.
We didn't all explode.
Nobody exploded.
Not yet.
Yeah. This,
Not
You
yet.
got
Yeah.
some splitting to do.
Well,
Which
I
is
guess
good.
the
All right.
Folian planet exploded.
I mean,
Nobody
Nick
cares
blew up
about
a
Folians.
planet.
Yes.
no human lives were lost that day.
And given the Mirror Universe Terran Empire, no lives that mattered to them.
You think they're going to destroy us? No, we got 5 of the 6 main cast. We're fine.
Mhm. All right, so I've got a pretty good idea where this is gonna go. So next time we do a Mirror Universe episode, we can continue.
In like 3 months.
Yeah, whenever the
All right.
opportunity presents itself.
Yes. I think that's probably a good place to at least end the broadcast. I
Indeed.
do need to talk to you guys about schedule real quick after we call it. So
Thanks for
thank
listening,
you all.
everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Been a
Thank
pleasure.
you, Nick, to running
Take
it.
care.
And we're still in the air, right?
Yep.
All right. For all those that are listening, all 10,000 of you, hopeful.
Yeah.
Feel free to throw comments and suggestions, ideas, and every once in a while, it might have some influence, some impact. We always encourage feedback. And especially if any of you out there are experienced or have done other things, share your experiences, interact with us, be part of the community. Let's have some Star Trek adventures together.
Well said.